Whoa. Okay, I hope that's just. Okay, that was like a YouTube thing. I was so scared for a second. It said current monetization not available. Like when I tried to turn it on for the YouTube stream. That scared the shit out of me. It was just because I turned the stream on and it was too early. Gosh. Scared for a second. What's up, everyone joining in? How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing joining in? What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Dude, tap that screen if you're here on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, everyone. It should help get it out to more people. What's up, Ali? What's up, Super Ben? What's up, Fate? What's good, everyone joining in? I was ready at 11 and you weren't? What are you talking about? 3 minutes ago? I'm sorry, I got on a little bit too late. A little bit late. 3 minutes late. Let me let Instagram know I'm live. Alrighty. What's up, everyone joining in? What's good? What's good? What's good? If you're on TikTok, do tap that screen. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. We're going to start getting some debates up here very, very soon, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Let me see if this would even help. I feel like it doesn't. Whatever. What's up, everyone joining the live right now? How's everyone doing today? Do give it a second for people to join up. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? We're going to start getting some people up here very, very soon. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. What's good, everyone joining on? What's up, what's up, what's up? We're going to start getting some people up here in a second. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed in the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. What's good, everyone joining in? What's up, what's up, what's up? All right, let me try to get it going. Happy birthday to Dean. Happy birthday to Dean. We were on to say happy birthday to him last night, and we're already on to say happy birthday to him again. Kimberly, thank you for the $10. Thank you. I'm so sorry to hear that they're in the hospital. I hope that they recover very quickly. Yo, what's up? How old are you? I just saw you. How old are you? Okay. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, 24,
What's your birth year?
2001,
What month?
July.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think he has good foreign policy.
Such as?
I think in his first term, when he authorized the strike that unalived Qasem Soleimani was really good. This man unalived a lot of American soldiers, so I thought that was good. And I also thought it was good when he authorized the strike that unalived the leader of I Group, so I thought that was good too. So those are just two examples.
Okay. So it's just relating to strikes. Are you like pro-war? You want to increase the likelihood of conflict?
Well, I think it's good to get T people out.
Okay.
I think
Well,
that's
okay. Then
good.
do you support doing that to Putin?
Why would I support unaliving Putin?
He's a terrorist.
Yeah, but he's like a leader of a country. You can't just unalive a leader of a country.
Wait, so you know exactly what Israel did to the Prime Minister of Yemen?
Well, I'm not talking about Israel. I'm just talking about specific heads of, T groups, like the IRGC or the I group. I'm not talking about Israel.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I understand. But you understand that increases the likelihood of conflict with Iran, right? Not only that, but also Donald Trump bombing Iran recently, which only set them back 3 months in terms of their nuclear enrichment program.
Well, wouldn't you rather Iran not get nuclear weapons?
Well, then why did he pull out of the nuclear peace agreement in the very first place?
Well, I didn't. I thought that agreement was bad because it unfroze like a lot of frozen funds that gave money to Iran to give to their proxies. So I thought that was not a good agreement.
Okay, so you understand that that was specifically sanctions that we had placed on them, and it was specifically in order to get them to sign the agreement that then led restricted them from getting access to nuclear weapons. So that's the conditions of support that the bill, the agreement had. You'd say you disagree with that? Sure. What? But you still wanted there to be a nuclear peace agreement. So were you willing to compromise on that?
No, I want an agreement where they don't get funds unfrozen. I want an agreement where
That's
they
not
don't get
reality.
nuclear.
That's not reality though. That's why there wasn't an agreement with Trump.
Well, I didn't like the agreement's framework, so
So
I
then
think it's
you
good that he
prefer us to
pulled
bomb
out.
them?
Well, wouldn't you rather than not get a nuclear weapon?
I'm just waiting for you to respond because we're asking you about your position. Hello? Is he still there?
Sorry, can you repeat what you said? I
Yeah, I said
glitched
I'm
out.
asking you about your position, so I don't know why you're trying to pivot. Okay,
My
is he lagging
position?
now? I might go on to the next person. It seems like he's lagging everyone.
My position.
That delay is
Bro,
crazy.
why do you lag out?
Yeah, hop on whenever your shit is okay. All right, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube. Let's get everyone joining in. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you?
27.
Do you support Donald Trump?
27. Yeah.
What's your birth year?
Well,
Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? What's up, Courtney? How you doing? We're gonna start getting some more people up here, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo. 19,
What's your birth year?
April 2006.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I'm half on it, but yes,
If you could go back in time and you could either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
I don't believe that Kamala Harris would have been the right one still. I guess there's more to tell from the term. We're only a year in, I guess.
So, would you like to answer the question?
I'll vote for Donald Trump.
Okay. Are you just saying that for the stream so that you can stay on, or do you actually believe that?
I believe that. I don't think Kamala was the right candidate
Okay.
either
Why do you
way
think
from
that?
that party. I just don't. I mean, in the primaries, she wasn't supposed to be the right candidate, anyways, or she wasn't elected in the primaries,
Yeah, she
and
was.
so, well, it wasn't her. It was she wasn't. Or,
Who was the
from what I
vice
know,
president on the ticket that was elected?
I guess it was her. Yeah,
Yeah, who steps up when the president steps down?
Kamala Harris.
She was elected. Now go ahead. Why do you support Donald Trump, who incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol and literally tried to send false slates of electors to electoral college cast Trump votes when he didn't win to try to steal the 2020 election when he didn't win because he didn't like the election results?
It he didn't condone the actions of the Capitol the Capitol invasion.
Well, really, why did he pardon the violent rioters then that beat police officers that were convicted and admitted to it themselves? Some were on video doing it.
Uh, not gonna lie, I'm not a Trump supporter. But thank you for having me on, bro.
I knew that was the case. I don't know why people waste my time like that. I really don't get it. Like I knew it from the very beginning. Let's go on the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Someone's name is chicken-derived lactic acid. They're totally trolling. They're totally trolling. That's so funny. Oh my god. That's such a niche joke. That's such a niche joke. I love it. All right, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello.
How old are you?
18.
What's your birth year?
18. Fuck.
Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
50, New
Do you support
Jersey.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
And why is that?
Doing a good job, too.
What'd you say?
Listen, Patrick. Parker, I'm sorry. Parker. I don't know why I always get your name wrong. But anyway, I'm sorry. I apologize. Do you think that the Dems are going to do really great these midterms?
I hope so.
Hear me?
Yeah, I said I hope so.
Parker?
Oh,
No, you got to be
give it
more
1 second.
positive like you were the main election for president.
I don't know why it's just frozen. It just like landed. Is it lagging on YouTube, everyone? I don't know why TikTok just started doing that. Hello, does everyone hear me?
I hear you.
Okay. For some reason, it just started lagging. We're better. We're back.
Okay.
Is everything fine on YouTube, everyone? Yeah, we're good on YouTube. All right, fine. All right, go ahead. You were asking the question.
If you think, Parker, that the Dems are going to do great these midterms, make a comeback.
I hope so.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound very positive, very exciting.
I can't tell the future. I don't have a crystal ball. Would you like to
but
tell me why you support Trump?
The presidential election, you were all fired up, Parker. Now, you're like, maybe. Why is that?
This is what I said
In other
prior
words, you
to
don't
the.
have that much faith in the
This is
Democratic Party.
this is what I said prior to the presidential election. I didn't know who was gonna win.
Oh, no, you were all fired up, man.
Okay. What makes you think that?
Because I was on here with you. You were saying Trump is going to lose. Kamala got everything. She's done so much. What bills did Trump pass? What bills did Kamala pass? Or Biden? You were going off. Now you're like, maybe. Just my impression of you.
Me asking, I would still ask those questions, like what bills, like do they pass that you support, or I might ask
Yeah.
people in terms of that. What you're not understanding is that I'm just answering the question that you asked.
What's that?
The question you
What
asked,
question?
I just answered it. So I wasn't gonna say every single other thing that I believe. I just answered the question. Okay? I don't know the future. I can't
was
make that
saying,
determination. Why do you support Donald Trump?
with any excitement at all.
And wait, have you been on my you said you were on my live before. Did you mean like you were watching my live, or did you mean like I've talked to you?
No, I came out and talked to you.
Okay. All right.
I came. Yeah.
Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. One of the set of criteria on the screen is that you've never been on the stream before, everyone. That's one of the criteria. No, he was trying to rage bait me. That's funny. Ellie, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. He didn't do a very good job. Yo, what's up, how old are you? How old are you? Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
I'm 25.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why is that?
I think he's a good guy. I mean, compared to all of the past presidents that we've really had in the last, 8 years, or sorry, 12 years, I think he's the best one out of all of them.
And why is that?
He has great personality. I think he is visually a lot stronger, and somebody who's shows dominance in as a chief of our country.
Really? You think he's are you really gonna die on that hill, man? I don't think you want to die on that
I,
hill.
I'm not really. I'm just saying, I mean, what better things did Kamala have besides,
Wait, Kamala, hold up. Don't pivot off that. I'm asking you, do you want to die on the hill that Donald Trump is like some physical specimen that people are scared of?
No, I'm just saying that I think that he has a lot of enthusiasm for this country. I think he
No,
really
but
does
what were you
support
saying? You said
America.
something about physical. Like, do you still believe that or not anymore?
What do you mean physical?
You said he was like physically dominant, right?
Not physically. Obviously, the guy's freaking old, over 80 years old, so he can't really be physically dominant. But his words, his presence, I think that it's very strong. You don't have to be physically, fit or physically active in order to be showing, a dominant presence. So
What do you mean
I
by
think
quote
that he
unquote
has,
dominant presence? What does that mean?
like he doesn't let things slide. Like he actually he puts his foot he puts
Can you
his
give me
foot
an
down on
example?
things. He doesn't. For example, he told he sat down with North Korea's dictator Kim Jong Un.
Did we get anything from that?
Well, I mean, it just shows that he's a strong leader and that he'll do
No,
anything
it
for our
doesn't.
country. He's trying to make peace.
If he didn't get anything from it, how does that show he's a strong leader?
I mean, I think that we did get some type of deal with North Korea or whatever. Not like an actual deal, but like
We
showing
didn't get
that
anything.
President Trump. Huh?
We didn't get anything.
I don't know. I think that it's a good look for us
In what way?
in every way. What other? I mean, it just looks good. I mean, him standing up on in North Korea, stepping foot in there, the first president to ever do that. That takes a lot of guts.
But if we
And
got nothing from it, what does that get? What do you get? And like, what is
I'm
that?
kind of
Are you
pivoting
saying like
towards.
it increases public confidence in Trump? What are you saying it
Well, I'm
benefits
not. I'm
Trump's
not saying
image
public. I'm
for?
just saying it kind of shows that he's a president that cares for our country, and he's trying to make amends with everybody, and he's trying to do good things for this country. Like
Yeah. So be
that's
specific
my
with what
whole
you
entire
think he's
point
trying to
of
do
being a
that's good
strong
for the
person.
country. Be specific.
What what I'm trying to say is that he's like when I'm pointing towards the fact that he like when I was saying that he's a strong person, as in like he shows dominance. Those are the moves that he makes that shows his dominance in this country.
Okay. I'm
And
waiting. I'm
honestly,
waiting. What moves? What moves specifically?
I'm saying sitting down with our enemies. I mean, he's doing things that
I
other
know, but like if we
presidents.
don't get anything from sitting down with our enemies, what does it benefit?
I mean, he doesn't have anything to benefit to be in office right now, and he still does it. And I think that he genuinely wants to help America's economy and help America become really strong.
Was that like supposed to be a pivot from you answering the
It's not.
question?
It's not.
What do we
No,
get
it's not a
from these
pivot.
altercations that he has with our enemies if it is the case that we don't get anything?
I
Well,
mean,
nothing. You
potential
don't get
deal.
shit. You got jack shit. There's nothing that he got
I
from
mean,
us. Name
when you're
one
in
thing that
business, when you're in
name one
business,
thing that we
when you're in
benefit from as a society from that.
okay, when you're in business, I mean, you try to make every single deal, and sometimes you land some, sometimes you don't. I mean, even if it didn't bring anything, it's still he still had the opportunity to do it, and he took it. that shows that
So
he's
so if
he's a
I
president.
took a shot and airballed it, would you be like, at least he took the shot? What?
I mean, it's kind of
It
like
doesn't
saying
change
you're-
anything. It doesn't change anything.
when you did your social media, I mean, you've debated some people before, and you've been on that one Jubilee show or whatever it is, and you took shots. I mean, without you taking those opportunities, you wouldn't be known as Parker. Dean wouldn't be known as Dean. You guys took those shots.
But I hit my shots, kid. I hit my shots.
I mean, so I don't know if you hit all of them. I mean,
I hit
you
all
missed-
my shots, kid. I hit all my shots. You need to
You
hit
think
your
you've won
shots, kid.
every
You need to hit your
single debate?
shots. Hit your shots.
Well, have you won every single debate you've taken, or?
Dude, there's not a single one that you could point to that I've lost.
Well, I think that back to my argument of him being, a good person, and I think that he's somebody who cares about this country, other than other people who care about more of money and trying to get in it for their self-interest. I mean, a lot of our government is corrupt at the end of the day. They're all owned and paid for, so every single person in there goes in there.
Wait, you said everyone in the government is corrupt and paid for. Do you agree that Trump is corrupt and paid for?
No, because he can't be paid for.
So he's not in the government? Wait, so Trump isn't in the government?
Not you know what I mean? Like a lot of people in the government. You're taking my words and you're saying, "Oh, Trump." I
Okay,
just
so a
told you
lot
I'm
of
not
people. So
Trump.
how do you identify that those people are corrupt in the government?
I mean, when they're making like 20 times their salary, when their net worths are going up like crazy, when they're not really.
Same thing with Trump. Half of his net worth is True Social. He dropped a meme coin.
Well, True Social is just one of his business adventures. I mean, a meme coin. What?
Because he
didn't
got
make that-
banned from Twitter because he tried to undermine the election. He sent false
it's
slates of
because
electors to
Twitter-
electoral college cast Trump
wasn't
votes we
Twitter
didn't win and try to steal the
accused of,
election while also
wasn't-
inciting a violent insurrection at the Capitol.
That's not true because Twitter actually had censorship on a bunch of stuff that they weren't supposed to be censoring, and they were pushing.
What do you
false
mean? Wait,
information.
they legally as a business can absolutely censor whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, but they were getting paid to censor. I mean, those things are like completely wrong. I mean, do you believe that we should all be censored, even if
Wait,
you're
I
saying
just
the
think that
truth?
I think businesses have the right to make that type of determination. I don't think that they should be nationally owned. Like I don't think that there should be the government nationally owns all social media and then implements free speech everywhere. I think that would be ridiculous.
I mean, I think that I get an extent to free speech. I know, like you're talking about like how people, PDF files and all that kind of stuff,
Dude.
post some weird stuff. Like that stuff should be censored. But I mean, certain things I don't think should be censored. I think that things that when you say it, you should be able to say it.
Okay.
I mean,
you,
just
and
how
you, and you can
social
think that, and you can think that, but to say that there should be the law, the legal body of the government, to enforce what a business can or cannot have on their platform, isn't that anti-free speech?
No, because you're
That's totally anti-free
it's a
speech.
monopoly.
You're not. Wait.
There's
What
a
is?
monopoly law? Hold on, there's a monopoly law, and there's actual media laws that push against
So wait, hold up.
discrimination.
So people can go inside businesses and say whatever they want, right? Free speech.
Well, they can't just say they can't make like certain things. They can't do certain things that are really bad.
Is there
inside a business.
is there any justified reason for a business owner to kick out someone who is specifically trying to be a customer?
Well, if that business is open to everybody, there is limitations on what they're allowed to do. Like you can't
like
discriminate.
for example, let's say a
Discriminate.
customer comes into the business and
Mhm.
makes a misogynistic claim towards the significant other of the business owner, right?
Okay.
Right. In that circumstance, would you say that would be justified reason to kick the person who made the misogynistic claim out of the business?
I guess it's their business, but I mean, I think
Is it justified for the business owner to do that?
Well, it's also kind of saying if that business owner is basically selling fraudulent items, counterfeit items. I mean, there should be regulations around that. There's
What?
still regulations around what.
What the fuck just happened?
What do you, bro?
What
do you
just
mean
happened? What just
That makes it-
happened?
That's a perfect
What
claim.
just-
That's a perfect.
What
claim.
just happened?
I'm putting that in reference to the fact that Twitter was censoring or they were censoring the stuff that shouldn't be censored. Like it just didn't make any sense for them to do that. They were banning accounts that were mostly towards
What
the.
did I just say?
towards the
What
red
did I
side.
just say? What was the last thing I said?
You were talking about if somebody goes inside and makes a misogynistic claim inside of a business, should they be able to be kicked out?
So what's the answer to that question?
I mean, I guess so. If you're inside of a business, inside of a place of business,
that's what social media is. Because
It's
they're owned
not,
by businesses. Yes, it is.
social media is also very, very heavily regulated too. So you can't just do certain things on social media the way that you think. Like you can't inside of a business. I think this is a better way to explain it, or a better analogy, is that if you go in a business and you're, let's say, an African American who enters a business, okay? A business can't kick you out because you're African American. They can't be discriminative against you, or just because you have purple hair and you go inside of a business, they can't kick you out because you have purple hair. I think that's more of a better reference towards it.
Yeah, so sure, there's some oversight from the regulatory notion of the government, but that doesn't mean it should be that you should be limited from specifically in general context, being able to limit, like, say, for example, the president from being on your platform for inciting a fucking violent insurrection at the Capitol. I think that's a pretty fair reason to kick someone off the platform, and you can say that you disagree with people specifically who are banned, whatever, on Twitter. Can you name a single person that you disagree with getting banned?
On Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that anybody should be banned unless they're doing certain things that are, very, very,
Do
obviously
you think
wrong.
Nazis should get banned?
Nazis?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like them. I think that they're terrible people, but I am
You cut out.
that I think that I don't like Nazis. I think that they're terrible people, but I also think that that's some freedom of speech that's protected by the government almost.
It's not freedom of speech
You're not
because it
talking-
is the case that it's in the context of a private business.
Like, what do you mean by not?
Like,
are
for
you
example,
saying, like,
if you're in a
they're pushing-
business,
they're pushing out hate?
let me give you an example. If you're in a business, you're selling food,
Okay.
and some Nazi comes into the door with a fucking with his Nazi paraphernalia, right? Would you kick them out?
Okay. Like, it just had like a swastika.
What do you mean? Would you kick them out?
Like are you talking about them having wearing a swastika on them?
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of profiling them at that point, because Indians use swastikas as something that keeps bad away for them. Actually, it could be meaning for something different. So at that point, you're kind of profiling somebody, thinking that they're spreading something that really isn't. You don't know 100% if they're spreading it.
Do I need to clarify even further? Okay, apparently I need to
No, I'm
clarify
just saying.
even
I'm
further.
just saying. If you,
They
okay, hold on.
also-
If you were a
they
shirt,
al-
I think you should say this. I think you should say this.
Hey. They
ahead.
also indicate that they're a Nazi. Will you now answer the question? Why are you so annoying? You're so dense for no reason. Like, answer the question, dude. Fucking hell.
I'm not being dense, dude.
You
I'm
are.
not
You're being
dense.
purposefully dense.
You're trying to push a narrative that has nothing to do with what we were.
I'm trying to get you.
talking about.
We're debating, and I'm trying to get a fucking answer to a simple question. Okay, it's not difficult.
Dang, dude. Okay, sure. Yeah, I guess I would kick them out because I don't want Nazis in my store.
Okay, obvious, right? So you agree with
Okay.
private businesses being able to limit Nazis from being on their platform, right? So you think that there is genuine context where limiting certain speech from a private business perspective is justified, right?
Okay, yeah, private businesses. Yeah.
Okay, that's all. That's it. So like that's exactly what we're talking about here. So then, in what circumstances do you think that legally they should be enforced to keep up specifically those types of the messaging, right? Because or what circumstances were they
he wasn't a
banning
Nazi,
people where you
though.
think it was
He
not
wasn't-
right?
He wasn't doing. And they were actually paid, and there was proof that they were paid to be spreading misinformation.
Who?
Twitter was paid to spread misinformation and censor certain things on the internet. I mean, that they were
What?
paid to do
By
that.
who?
That should be illegal. Huh?
By who?
Mark Zuckerberg.
When did he do that?
Are you looking it up? It was like all over the internet when he did it.
You think Mark Zuckerberg paid Twitter to censor stuff on Twitter?
I think so, yeah. And I remember seeing something around that.
Would you like to provide a
somebody
source
paid-
for this one?
Well, I don't have I would have to leave the live and try to find the source.
You
but
can just swipe
I
out and
can't-
go
I
look
can't
for the source.
prove
I'll
it.
give you time.
I don't really want to swipe out of this because I don't know how my phone acts.
Well, you have. There's no source for that. That didn't happen.
Well, you can look it up. That Twitter was getting paid by somebody. All right, you can look it up, and it is true. Twitter was getting paid, and they were censoring things that weren't supposed to be censored, and they were spreading misinformation as well.
Okay, you're just saying you disagree with people being censored on their platform. Isn't that true for practically every social media platform?
Well, they're getting censored, yeah, but every
Wait, no,
single
no. Do you
social
agree?
media
Do you think
platform
that?
is
Do you think that some people get banned without reason? Like, for example, I get banned on TikTok all the time without reason. Do you think that was unjustified?
Well, TikTok's algorithm is just people spam report you, and that's what happens. People get banned because of that. And then what happens is
then
that
that's no
human,
different.
hold on, a human reviews it and says, okay, hey,
They actually
Parker
don't.
didn't do anything wrong.
They actually don't.
Yeah, they
It's
do.
literally
I've
AI.
I've had it multiple times, dude. I've literally had it multiple times.
I
where
promise you that's not
I-
a human. That's not a human.
Okay, so the person that I email, the actual representative that I get assigned to from TikTok, that I email to keep my account in place, is that person not a human? Like, I mean, there's people that
I was
I
talking
don't know.
about the
you have-
appeal system through the app.
Okay, through the app. Okay, that's different. I mean, those are like when you're going through the app, that is AI. But if you don't you have like a representative or somebody that you speak to about
No.
your TikTok account? Oh well, you should definitely get in contact with one if you're doing this kind of content.
If I could, I would. Genuinely, I've been doing this for years, and I've never had a TikTok rep. They don't offer me one. They don't give me the ability to get access to it. There's
They
private live
usually
agencies that they have.
be honest with you.
I had my account too early, where because I had my account too early, I can't join it, and because my platform is too large and I have too many followers, I can't be a part of it. That's literally the reason. It's perverse incentives created on
Those
TikTok
live
to limit
agencies
me.
are actually
Stop
scam.
talking. You're
Those
literally not
don't
letting
work.
me speak. I'm trying to explain. Did you hear anything I just
Well,
said?
anyway,
If not, I'm just gonna kick
Yeah,
you
I
and go to
did
the next
hear.
person.
I did hear you. I heard everything you said.
Okay, what did I just say?
You just said that you wish you had the opportunity to have somebody because you would have messaged them, and that you can't be part of an agency because your following is too big. But I was just trying to explain to you that you don't have to be part of an agency. That's not how it works. There's a representative. I can send you the email to get in touch with one. It's very simple.
Okay, so then you're talking about just like random emails that you get where you can possibly try
Well,
to like
okay,
do
that's-
support emails.
Okay. Back. Let's get back to topic really quick. You're referencing TikTok's AI. Okay, we all know that Twitter did not have the AI to do that. They were manually reviewing these things and manually
Go ahead, give me the
pushing
reason why you
misinformation.
support Donald Trump. I don't want to talk about social media anymore. This is ridiculous.
Okay, all right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I think that he's a great guy. I already told you. I think he's an amazing leader, and I think that he definitely has potential to, bring this country, to what it needs to be. And I see you guys always debating about how he had allegations against him about him doing some stuff to somebody and all that kind of stuff. But like even those things, they like I don't know why you guys use that to be against him when none of those things can be 100% proven.
Wait, I'm
Like
sorry.
the only witness.
Wait, I'm sorry. Do you not accept things unless they're 100% proven?
No, it's not even that. I do 100% accept things that aren't 100%
So then I have a
proven.
question.
But I mean,
If Donald Trump was held civilly liable, unanimously amongst a jury of 9 people for forcefully penetrating a woman's vagina against her will, would you still vote for him?
well, if the woman came out like 20 years, 30 years after and doesn't remember the exact month that it happened in, then sure. And the only witness is a friend of hers that she went to after the fact that it happened.
You got none of these conditions right. You don't even know what you're talking about.
No, that is the condition. That's exactly what
No.
happened. A jury found him guilty. Okay, a jury found him guilty, but
So
he
I
wasn't
just wanna-
obviously.
So I just want to let you
Go
know
ahead.
you don't even know what you're referencing. In terms of not knowing specifically a month, right? There are plenty of victims that don't remember the specific month, that don't remember the specific year, right? Don't remember when it was, and yet they were still assaulted. That's not a reason to believe that they weren't assaulted. For many individuals, their trauma blocks that information out in terms of their memory. So the idea that you have to dispute that it happened to them because it is the case that they don't remember a minute detail like that is fucking nuts. When Donald Trump lied about the set of circumstances that happened, right? He literally lied.
So now
He
this is
said
my
that they
point,
never.
okay?
He said
I'm
that
not
they.
saying that. This is let me clear up myself a little bit, really quick. Okay? If Donald Trump, okay, was if somebody was running for president, okay, and out of nowhere somebody comes in 30 years later during an election and makes a claim against you, like, is it gonna? Do you think that claim is really true? I mean, be honest. Like, do you think that actually happened? If something had, like, why wouldn't they come out, like, even for his last election or even before that? Like, why didn't they come out before? It just doesn't make any sense, honestly. Like, I get some victims don't ever show their faces or ever say anything, but I mean, if you're like, usually if they don't come out after a certain amount of years, they just never do. So how can we 100% say that her memory was good enough to even recognize the fact that it was Trump who did it? Like, I mean, there's no other proof besides her saying it, and the witness who was her witness was a friend of hers that she told after it happened.
There were multiple friends that she told after it happened. There were other
Okay,
victims
multiple.
Can I speak without you cutting me off?
Go ahead.
There were other victims that came out and talked about their experiences getting assaulted by Donald Trump, right? There was a dress with DNA on it where Donald Trump had multiple years to give up his DNA to prove that he wasn't at the scene of the crime, but he chose not to give up his DNA because it would have incriminated him if he did so. Okay, we can point to plenty of other things. You didn't look at the case. Do you know what the victim's name was?
I don't remember her name.
You don't even know her name.
I think
you don't even know E. Jean Carroll's name. You don't know E. Jean Carroll's name yet. You're going to sit here and say that it didn't happen to her? You don't know anything about the case. You got the conditions.
I'm very bad.
Can I finish speaking without you cutting me off?
All right, go ahead. But I'm dyslexic with names. I don't recognize faces very well. Or names.
What the hell?
So you know.
What? I'm just saying that you didn't.
I'm very bad with names. I don't remember names. Like I'm. That's just who I am. Like I don't remember names at all. Like I can't name 5 people in freaking Senate right now. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't really recognize names very good. It's just it's something in my brain that doesn't allow me to remember names very well.
What do you mean? Do you know what dyslexia is?
Huh?
Do you know what dyslexia is?
I'm saying I'm saying dyslexic with names. Like I don't.
What does that mean?
I don't recognize names very well.
That's not what that means.
Okay, well, I guess I'm also illiterate too, aren't I? Because I don't know what dyslexia is, but dyslexia is I know what dyslexia is. It's where you can't read and words get mixed up.
Okay,
it's
so
I'm using it.
By the way, stop. Don't say that you have something when you don't have something. Don't do that. That's just really weird, especially when you don't know what you're referencing.
Wait, how are you going to say I don't have something when I just told you I've suffered this for years. I've never been medically diagnosed with it, but I've suffered this for years where I can't remember names. Like I'm not even lying to you. Like this is actually a serious thing.
But that's not like, dyslexia.
Sometimes I don't even remember.
That's not dyslexia though. To my understanding, that's not dyslexia.
Okay, I don't know what it is then. I just call it that. I mean, I just never went to the doctor to get diagnosed with it. So that's just what I have.
Okay. So all I'm saying is don't say you have things that you don't know what they are.
Okay, sorry. I just called it that because I thought that was it.
That's fine.
That's what I thought it was it.
That's fine. But I just want to let you know you're on a live. Hey, that's fine. I just want to let you know you're on a live in front of thousands of people, and when you say things like that, when it's not applicable, right, it gives people a different impression than what's true. That's all I'm saying. So just like when you're on a platform in front of a lot of people, don't say things that you don't know what they mean, right? You should probably stay to saying things that you do know what they mean, right? Now, if we're going to talk about the case that we were referencing, you didn't know anything about the case, right? You actually gave.
I did look it up.
Oh my God! Is this guy, dude? Holy! Do you want me to mute you? Like, do I have to? Like, this is getting ridiculous.
Well, I just wanted to. You said you made a claim, and I responded to that claim.
And in the middle of my claim, you cut me off.
All right, continue.
Okay, thank you very much. So again, in terms of the particular case, you didn't know anything about the case. You didn't know the conditions, and yet you specifically think that we should have, I mean, that you should have enough reason to believe that this didn't happen when there's an entire unanimous decision from a jury of 9 people that indicated this to be true, and all the evidence I specifically just mentioned that you didn't take into account, and Donald Trump lying, saying that they never met, and then there being a picture of them together, saying that he wouldn't have sexually abused Eugene Carroll because she's quote-unquote not his type, but then in a deposition mistaking her with his ex-wife, and indicating that they're both his type or both not his type, so he would have sexually abused her either way. Plus, it's fucking disgusting for him to say that he wouldn't sexually abuse someone because they're quote-unquote not his type. That's a crazy fucking thing to say, because it indicates that he would have done so, given that they quote-unquote are.
Okay, so is that the reason? Is that the reason why you don't like Trump?
This is one of the reasons, yeah.
Because you didn't like Trump before this stuff came out, right?
Yeah, I disliked Trump before I knew about this.
But what makes you guys like dislike him so much? Like you guys would rather have anybody.
Do
and we
you
all
want
know
to address this instead of just trying to pivot away?
I'm not. I'm just saying, like, you guys don't like Trump ever. You guys always hated on Trump, and you know, like even if he's made mistakes, like I don't agree with the Epstein file stuff. Like I think that those things should have been released, and I don't agree with certain things.
Okay, well, he
with,
doesn't want your.
Israel.
How do you feel that he doesn't want your support then? Because he said anyone who wants the Epstein files to be released, he doesn't want your support anymore.
He said that.
Yep.
Well, I still support him. I mean, I don't because unless a better candidate can come in front and say, hey, like, you know, this is
Dude,
great.
that's kind of
like,
isn't that kind of embarrassing? Like you support a guy that doesn't even want you to support him. That's like kind of embarrassing, dude.
How's that embarrassing?
Like he doesn't even want you to support him, and like you still support him.
I think that that's something. I don't know, dude. I think that he's the best candidate we have, unless we find a different one. If there was a better Republican or even Democrat,
one of it. So a guy held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman that incited a violent insurrection at the Capitol, pardoned violent rioters on January 6th who beat police officers, said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, bragged about walking into the changing rooms of women without their consent who were naked, right? And then there was an 18-year-old that came out and said there were 4 girls as young as 15 years old in these changing rooms when Donald Trump would barge in without their consent while they're changing. And he bragged about doing this. Like, I'm confused why you're okay with Donald Trump.
He walked in on who changing?
Women changing that were naked in a changing room. Plus, there was an 18-year-old that came out, so there was 4 girls as young as 15 years old, and some of the changing rooms where Donald Trump would barge in when they were changing.
Were these proven claims and stuff, or were they just
an
claims?
18-year-old came out and indicated this to be true, who was a particular person that was a part of one of the pageants that Donald Trump ran.
Did he go to court
there
for this?
There were multiple others that verified this information.
Did he go to court and get in trouble for this? Like, did he get convicted by a judge?
He claims he gets away with it.
Why does he get away with it?
That's what he said. Because it is the case that, one, I don't think that there's a particular law that you could hold him accountable for this. There should be, that he shouldn't be allowed to do that. But I don't know if there's a law specifically.
I mean, that's illegal. If you walk in to minors.
He claims he can get away with it because of him owning the place.
He said he can get away with it. When did he say that? Like, why would he say that?
I can play the audio.
Yeah,
and also,
can I hear that?
You agree he should be held accountable, right?
Well, if something like that actually did happen, and he went in there like intent to, you know, look at underage women, then that's absolutely wrong. That should 100% be wrong.
I mean, if they were older age, and why do you say women if they're underage? That's crazy. If they were over 18, would you and he walked in and they were naked, would you say that like that's okay?
Well, that's still wrong. I mean, you can't just walk in on women.
Watch.
Say hello with vagina. And
well, you could also say, as the owner of the pageant, it's your obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now,
I'll tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else, and no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. Right, I want to make sure that
like
everything is good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women, and so I sort of get away with things like that.
Okay, so that is definitely taken out of context for sure. I don't think that it was in the context you think it was.
You
Because
tell
that's
me.
that's
You
a
tell me
that's a
the
normal
context
practice.
Tell me the context
That's
that
a normal
everyone.
practice though.
Tell me
My wife has done beauty pageants, and the owner of the beauty pageant would always go in and greet them backstage all the time while
While
they
they
were
were
doing hair and
changing?
makeup and stuff.
While they were naked
Well,
and changing.
not naked, but
Well,
they were never
naked.
naked.
He
They
said
don't-
naked. He said without clothes on.
I didn't hear that part. Can you replay that part?
Yeah, he said standing there with
I
no
mean,
clothes.
like what is it? What is it? Like was it them wearing like
Owner of the
listen,
pageant,
you know,
it's your
bras and-
obligation to do that.
So you have done that. Now, tell
Well,
me
I'll
what-
tell you the funniest is that I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody?
Did you hear it?
standing there with no? He didn't. It didn't finish. Like I didn't hear it.
I'm sorry. There's
No
no way
what?
that dense. He said standing there with no clothes. What do you think he
He
was gonna
didn't.
say?
He didn't finish it.
What do you think he was gonna
I
say?
don't know. I mean, he didn't say no clothes. That's for sure. I mean, was there? Did he?
This guy
actually
is
say
such a
that,
cult
or-
member. You're such a cult member. It's unbelievable. You're
No,
such a
I'm
cult
not,
member.
dude.
I'm sorry. He was clearly saying no clothes on. That's what he was saying.
What did the guy respond to that? Like after that, what did
Does
he
that
respond
matter?
to saying that?
He said that. You heard him say that.
I don't know, dude. I don't like.
Anywhere.
He could have.
And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? They're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible looking women. And so
Okay,
I
so
sort of
he
get
said
away with things
standing
like
there with
that.
no clothes. Did he say? Did he? Hold on. Put that on again. What do you guys think? I don't know. Like is he saying no clothes on? Like, is he
If you
standing
agree
there
with
no-
Parker, type 3 in the comment section.
I mean, you have 4,000 viewers in here. They're obviously all they're mostly all your followers. If you disagree with Parker, put 2 in the comments.
And if you agree with me, type 3.
Okay, so you have more Democrats in here than Republicans, and 90% of Democrats want Trump unalived. I mean, that's just how it is. Like a lot of them don't. Like, a lot of them dislike Trump. You do know that.
Wait,
Isn't that right?
I just played the
people are
audio for you.
parading-
Like, I'm sorry, you're such a cult member that I played the audio for you 3 times and you still deny it.
Okay, so why isn't he convicted of a crime then? If he claims
Wait,
it,
I'm,
he
so,
should
I'm
be
sorry.
convicted of a crime.
Wait, if you agree that
If
he should
that-
be, if you agree he should be convicted of a crime and he's not convicted of a crime, that doesn't mean he's not guilty of what we just heard him fucking say. Okay, so clearly he
Okay,
said
so
it.
why isn't
Hold
he
up,
convicted
stop,
of a
stop,
crime?
stop.
It just doesn't make sense.
I understand that you keep saying that, but that doesn't mean that he's not guilty of what we just heard him say.
Well, maybe he wasn't gonna say no clothes on. Because
What was he gonna? Tell me. What was he going to say? What was the sentence going to say?
And how long ago was this audio from? Like how long ago?
Give me one logically possible explanation of what he would say that would not be they're standing there with no clothes on.
No, they're standing there with no closets holding their clothes. There we go. I mean, that could be a possibility. Am I wrong? Or they're standing there with no closets? I mean, there could be no closets in there. I'm just saying. You said give you another possibility.
So then why would he get away with that? So why would he get away with that?
That's what I'm trying to say. Like why would he get away with him walking in? Like how long ago was this? Like what year was this?
No. He says this is something that I get away with.
Okay, and well, get away with and walking in and inspecting things. I mean, that's something that
Dude,
like,
this guy is Trump's #1 cult defender. Trump's
No,
#1
I'm
cult
not.
defender right here. This guy,
Hold on, can you
no
explain-
matter
can you
what
explain how
Trump
long ago
does,
was this?
will be like,
Hold on, can you
Trump
tell me
is
how long ago was
perfect.
this?
Trump is amazing. He's incredible. We've never seen a guy like this guy
right, well, can you at
before.
least tell me
He's
how long
incredible.
ago
He
was
couldn't
it?
do a single thing that's wrong. He could never do it.
Can you tell
He
me how
couldn't.
long ago was
You know,
it?
when he was paying hush money to Stormy Daniels, he was just trying to help her out. They never did anything. I know she in court, said based upon the oath, like that she specifically swore to, right, that she would tell the truth. I know she did that and talked about how it looked like a mushroom, but that's all false information. It was the case that it was just he was just trying to help her out, right?
Wait, so hold on.
The hush money, it
was
wasn't Donald Trump cheating, right? He was just trying to help
Okay,
her out.
Donald Trump could have cheated. He could have cheated. I mean, that's a possibility.
Well, that's what you sound like, dude. I just want to let you know that's what you sound like when you do this.
I'm not. I don't sound like that, and I'm
Yes,
just
you do.
asking you how long.
Actually,
it
you know
was.
what? You sound crazier.
I sound crazier.
Yeah.
Okay, well, can you at least answer my question on how long ago that audio was and how long ago that actually happened?
That happened in the early 2000s, 2005.
Early 2000s.
Jacqueline, thank you so much for pushing the $5. Thank you. As well as Policy, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I know it's actually diabolical.
Wait, how long ago was that audio from, though? That's what I want to know.
I just told you multiple times. Did you hear me?
Oh, that was in 2004?
Mm-hmm. 2005.
Okay, so let's say that he was a bad person back then, okay? Because there's a lot of us that were bad people back then, and then he ended up becoming a better person. I mean, is that not a possible thing? Like, do you believe that people can't become better people? Let's say hypothetically that was true, and
I'm sorry. Are you saying that he has become better specifically from perving on people who are naked without their consent?
No, I'm saying becoming better from a dark era in their life. Do you believe that
from sexual abuse?
No,
I don't think people can come back from sexual abuse.
So why are prison sentences aren't for life or?
I think they should
being
be
unalive or something like that.
Yeah, for rape it should be life. Totally, I agree.
Okay, but you don't think
the fact that rapists get off is disgusting. You just gave an exact reason as to why we should put rapists in prison for longer. Yes, I agree. Rapists should be in prison for longer.
All right, but I think that they should be in for life, honestly. But I think
yes,
that
I agree.
still can change.
I agree. Put Trump in prison for life. Trump for prison.
I think that people
say it with us. Trump for prison.
But why isn't he in prison then?
Because the statute of limitations.
Okay, I get it.
Cases,
and
meaning it's been too many years since the event occurred that they can't try in a criminal case. So no matter how much evidence there is, you can't try in a criminal case after 5 years in New York for sexual abuse relating to criminal cases.
And that lady just didn't want to come out back then to get him in trouble.
Because of people like you that literally stigmatize her existence for specifically coming out and talking about this.
Well,
the fact that she would lose I can't finish speaking without him cutting me off. Without specifically losing her job prospects, because it is the case that literally she wasn't hired back to her job, because it is the case that there was a lot of because of the negative press associated with her name, literally just for calling out the president.
Well, back then he wasn't the president.
He was the president when she called him out in 2019.
Okay, when she called him out, that was still almost 30 years after.
It's 23 years later.
Okay, so that was still a very long time after. Why wouldn't she just call him? Why, like, even when he was like he still was, people actually really liked him up until the 2016 election, where he said, "Oh, I'm running Democrat," and people start.
I'm sorry. Why are you saying that victims that come out like a few decades later, are you saying it didn't happen to them?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just.
That's
saying,
exactly what you're saying with Eugene Carroll.
But why would she come out so late, like really late, like 23 years later?
Because for many victims, it takes decades to come out because grape apologists like you don't believe them and blame them.
Well, I mean,
you're literally blaming a victim right now, and you're like, why don't they come out? Because you fucking blame them. You're literally doing it right now. You are the reason why they do not come out. You. On this live, right now, yes, you are the reason. For what you are doing right now on my stream right now is the very reason why victims take decades to come out in many instances. Okay? That is the reason.
I don't think that's true.
It is. It is.
I don't.
I know you don't want to. I know your fifis are hurt, right? Your feelings are hurt. I get it, but that's the reality. Reality hurts. It is the case that we have to acknowledge this reality because it hurts people.
Well, I mean, if there was better resources, maybe you should be fighting for better resources for women to come out earlier to go
Yes,
against
that's
that. Because I don't
exactly
think
what I'm
anybody-
doing on the stream right now by arguing
I mean-
against people that have these particular thoughts so that they are more likely to believe credible victims. Because
Well,
that's why
there's a lot
E. Jean
of
Carroll is a
women who-
credible victim. She has a story that is legitimate, that has stayed consistent for decades. Donald Trump isn't. Donald Trump literally lied about the set of circumstances. He said they never met. There was a picture of them together. He said that he wouldn't have sexually abused her because she's quote-unquote not his type, but then in a deposition mistook her with his ex-wife, indicating
Well,
that he
was
would have
like
sexually
23
abused her
years
either
ago.
way.
You probably wouldn't have remembered back 23 years ago, 25 years ago. Like you wouldn't remember if he met that lady or not. He's met a lot of people before.
So then why didn't he give up his DNA to prove that he wasn't at the scene of the crime?
I mean, wouldn't you think that the president's DNA is already out there? Like, is that not a thing? Or
No, you can't just like get the DNA of the president.
like he's never had doctor's visits or anything?
Wait, I'm sorry. You think that they got from the doctors, that his own doctor, you think that they got DNA from his own doctor? Isn't that a HIPAA
Well,
violation?
not- I mean, no. I mean, if FBI agents really wanted to know, they would have went through his trash, try to find his like DNA samples of whatever. Like they would have done something.
The FBI wasn't dealing with the case,
Who was
and they
dealing
would
with
need
the
a
case?
warrant for that.
Who was dealing with that kind of case?
What do you mean? It was a civil
even if
case. I told you already. It was a civil case.
I mean, and you said that somebody giving away their DNA. Like, to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to give away my DNA if I was still getting accused, and I still wouldn't want to give away my DNA.
Wait,
to be honest,
so to prove that you weren't at the scene of the crime, but it would have proven that you weren't there.
Even if
and
it did,
therefore
I
you couldn't have
wouldn't
done it,
want-
right?
I wouldn't want people to have my DNA. Honestly, like I get, like I get it, but like I don't think I'd want people
Why,
to have my DNA.
what do you mean
especially
you
if
wouldn't
I'm a-
want? Do you mean the civil court to
If I'm a
literally prove your
multi-billionaire-
innocence?
If I'm a multi-billionaire and I'm
Wait,
a
I'm sorry. Do you
president,
go to the
I'm not
doctor's
gonna-
office?
Yeah, I do.
Have you ever given blood?
Yeah, before.
You're a fucking idiot.
Okay, so you just said that. Okay, you're the one who's contradicting yourself. If the
I can't
doctor's
even do
office-
this. I can't even do
hold
this.
on, has Trump ever been to a doctor's
I
office?
can't even do this. I can't even do this.
But has Trump ever been to a doctor's office?
No, I'm
So
saying you were
who's-
willing. You were willing to give up your DNA, right? In that circumstance.
Okay, but you just said that they can't use doctors' visits.
Exactly.
as your DNA.
Exactly.
They can't-
Exactly. I was
Okay,
just
so
proving
how
your
am I
point.
the idiot? If I go to the doctor's office, how am I the idiot? You're
Because
being
you
very
were-
disrespectful, and I'm the one who said that I wanted to go to a doctor's office.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Listen,
if that can't incriminate me ever-
listen. I'll explain. Because it is the case that if it can't incriminate you ever, then you have no issue with giving it up.
No, I'm not saying incriminate. I'm saying if they can't use it to do certain things, in the future or whatever, then I'm fine with giving it to them.
That's exactly what would happen in this case with the civil court. So then why doesn't Donald Trump give up his DNA?
Because it might be leaked, his DNA might get out there or whatever. They
No,
might
that's
use
not
it to try to
possible.
incriminate him.
That's not possible.
I mean, they can try to. They might have like a data leak or something
A data leak, yeah. Interesting.
of DNA.
So then,
That's
you're saying
happened.
you're saying he doesn't go to the doctor, and that there couldn't be data leaks for the hospital.
I don't think data leaks in the hospital really occur as much as
so
often
couldn't
as
I could say the
think.
same thing with the civil case. So, do you want to try again?
I don't know, dude. I told you what I think. I think that happened very long time ago, and I think that she came out in interest of his election. Honestly, I really think that's the case.
So instead of pivoting, would you like to address why didn't he give up his DNA?
I just told you. I think that he didn't want to give away his DNA because he didn't want his DNA public to anybody or accessible
it's not public.
by anybody. And his
It is
lawyers,
not. It is
his
not
lawyers-
public.
His lawyers might have.
It is literally not public. By giving it to the civil
on.
court, it is not public. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, his lawyers might have advised him not to give up his
Why not?
DNA. Maybe that's, huh?
Why not?
I don't know. Maybe his lawyers advise you not to do a certain things, even though you're not guilty, because
Because it could possibly incriminate you.
Huh?
Because it could possibly incriminate him.
No, because honestly, lawyers will advise you not to do certain things. I mean,
Because it can.
his
Because it
lawyers-
could incriminate you. Yeah.
No, they probably just said not to do it. They're like,
Why? And why would
Maybe
why
they
would
had
a
other
lawyer?
reasoning.
And why would a lawyer say not to do something? Because they don't want their
Because
client to
hold
be
on, if I don't
incriminated.
have to do, hold on, if I don't have to do something to prove that I'm innocent, I'm not gonna like.
You cut out.
I said, can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay. I said that if I don't have to do something, I'm not gonna do it. I mean, I don't have to give away my DNA to prove my innocence.
Did you have to have children?
No.
Okay, so shut the fuck up. You clearly do things you don't have to do.
Wait, what?
You clearly do
Wait.
things you don't have to do, right?
I mean, I didn't honestly like. It's not always planned. It happens. Children, not everybody plans children.
Sure. But like, again, you can,
So what is that? Hold on, what is that reference to?
But
you just
did
said
you-
it, that I have
did
to
you-
have children.
I'll ask this
Like,
question.
why
Did you-
bring a
did you,
child into
did you choose to be a parent?
Me?
Yes.
Honestly, no. I didn't choose it, but I find it as the most blessed thing ever.
Okay, wait. So you do choose to be a parent, right? Apparently, right now you're not doing that. Take care of your kid, please. Holy shit. Holy
Dude,
shit. They clearly. Yeah, I'm serious. Like you can go do that right now. Like,
Honestly, Parker, dude, like man to man, like you're actually being super disrespectful, bro. Like that is actually disrespectful.
okay.
I hope somebody-
if you want
I
to
hope
cry
somebody
about it,
looked
go
at that
ahead.
and found that disrespect. I'm not crying about it. I'm just saying, like that's super disrespectful, dude.
Okay.
Like like I don't know if everybody in this chat thinks that was disrespectful or not, but if you don't, then dude, I don't know. You definitely are disrespectful.
I'm disrespectful for saying to take care of your
Yeah.
kid. Wow. I'm so disrespectful
No.
for that. Wow, Parker.
I mean, you're using foul
Parker,
language.
you
You're foul-
shouldn't say
You're using
for a
foul
parent
language.
to take care
Hold
of
on.
their kid. Wow,
You're
dude,
using-
Parker.
you're
Oh my
using foul
God.
language.
Wow, dude, Parker. Wow, dude, you're
using foul-
you're
you're using
overstepping
foul
your
language
bounds.
against
Oh my
me.
God. Oh my God, Parker. How dare
Mm.
you do that? You should
Nah,
create
dude,
you should create a Reddit thread.
A Reddit?
Yeah, create a Reddit thread.
I mean, you guys, a Reddit thread saying that Democrats don't like babies.
No, I'm saying create a Reddit thread. Parker, get a job. Swears on his live streams. How dare him?
Parker,
He uses the
get a
word
job.
fuck on live stream. No.
Yeah, right in front of a baby. That's so smart. Like just because you're lives are on speaker, and you're using foul language as you hear a baby crying, and you're saying the F word right in front of him. I mean,
Oh, so then why? Wait, so wait, so then why don't you turn off the stream? So why don't you turn off the stream?
Why don't I turn off the stream?
Yeah, as someone who has a baby yourself, why don't you turn off the stream?
Well, I wasn't expecting you to just cuss right in front of my child.
I swear on my live all the time.
I don't hear you swear all the time, honestly.
What do you? I've swore on this. Wait, I've swore on this conversation multiple times prior to you saying this right now.
Don't you get like strikes and stuff, community guidelines if you swear? I
No, I
don't.
don't. I swear all the time on my stream.
Well, I don't really watch your streams. I just popped in and I saw you on my For You page, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna request this live. So
And I'm sorry. Are you like? Do you think the baby is gonna start swearing or something? It doesn't sound like the baby's gonna pick up on this.
well, yeah.
Like
he's
I
10
don't think
months old.
the baby is gonna start like swearing or something. Like, what are you
Well,
worried about?
He's about to say his first words soon. I mean, they say their first words around 11 to 12
I hope
months.
it's fuck. I hope it's fuck.
Nah,
First
dude,
word is
that's
fuck.
disrespectful, dude. That's so messed up. That is actually messed up. Definitely.
I'm sorry. That would be hilarious,
no,
wouldn't
that's-
it?
No, it wouldn't.
I
be
would think that's
hilarious, dude.
so funny. Come on, you wouldn't think that's funny?
No, I wouldn't because honestly,
Why not?
I think that because I think that's vile language, and I don't think any child or anybody should be using that type of language with anybody. I mean, I don't think that's a way to talk to
Sure.
anybody.
I agree. I
mean,
I wouldn't.
you
I wouldn't
tell-
like. I wouldn't incentivize my kids to do that. But like, we're talking about like a kid that's just learning language. Like, I don't think that's like an intentional thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I mean, they pick up on certain words and they continue to use those words. I mean, obviously you're not a parent and you're probably a little bit younger than me, but dude, like you can't really hope a kid would say the F word and use foul language. I mean, that just kind of creates their whole demeanor around, for example, like you call me an effing idiot, like that was disrespectful. I mean, do you not think that's disrespectful? Like I wouldn't want my kids to be, going
no,
around. doing that.
I was fine with that being disrespectful.
Huh?
I was totally fine with that being disrespectful. It was true.
That I'm an idiot?
Yeah, absolutely.
So you make fun of idiots then. You like to make fun of people.
Yes.
Okay. I mean, you like to make fun of
Your kid
you.
seemingly is laughing at you.
He's laughing because my wife is making him laugh right now.
I thought he was laughing at you. My bad.
No, why would he be
That was
laughing
just.
at me?
I'm sorry. That was just really good timing. That was really good timing.
I don't know, dude. But listen, man, I think that you definitely try to be a little bit more respectful to people. That's all. Maybe people will hear you out a little bit better. Maybe Republicans will, hear you out a little bit better if you're a little bit more respectful to them and have more of like a mature conversation.
Sure. I mean, okay, so, I mean, it clearly didn't dissuade you away from supporting Donald Trump. I mean, he has a nickname for every single person that he runs up against, right? Like, I mean, I'm sorry, when did you ever
Well, hold
apply
on.
this
Would you
standard to
rather
the guy
have-
you support?
Hold on. What did you support so much about Biden or not even Biden? Let's not even bring Biden.
Can you
Let's
answer
say
the question
Kamala
without
Harris.
pivoting? Can you answer the question without pivoting? Why were you so okay
What?
with accepting that behavior when it references when it was Donald Trump who did it? It didn't dissuade you away from supporting Donald Trump. So I clearly don't think this is going to dissuade Trump supporters away from supporting me, because it is the case that it didn't dissuade them from supporting Donald Trump.
What do you mean to persuade them away from supporting Donald
Dissuade,
Trump? The stuff that you
dissuade.
said?
Yeah, you support Donald
Dissuade?
Trump
Oh,
even though he has a nickname and a insult for every single person he runs up against.
An insult against everybody?
Yeah.
Like who?
Newscomb, Ted Cruz's wife, Jeb Bush.
So what makes you what makes you I'm not having my kid listen to that stuff. I mean, I don't really hear it.
Sleepy Joe. Hello? Oh, he cut out. Brad, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you so much. Tip, I really appreciate the $5. Brad with the $1. Thank you. Hannah with the $25. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Give me some W's for Hannah in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. It actually cuts out. It cuts out. It doesn't show everything. They said, as someone who was sexually assaulted by their own brother and didn't come out until years later due to fear of not being believed or seen, this guy perpetuates the very same thing. Let me see if I can see the whole thing. If you're on YouTube, everyone hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Everyone helps get it out to more people.
So people,
I mean, they said due to
honestly,
fear of
dude,
not being believed or seen as manipulative, this guy makes you sick. You cannot blame the victim. Assault is never okay. Very true. Very true.
I'm not blaming a
You
victim.
did.
I'm just
You-
saying
for
like,
not
if
coming
you
out
don't
right
come
away.
out-
That's you
But like,
blaming the victim.
what could have been? Hold on, can you ask them then? Like an actual victim, like why wouldn't somebody come out, or why would somebody come out like 23 years after they've been assaulted?
You stigmatize. I already answered this question, and it was because people like you
It's not
stigmatize
because
them
of me.
and
No,
coming out. Yes, it
it's
is. It
not.
totally is.
If she came out like even like
Dude,
let's say
wait, I'm
within the first-
sorry. I'm sorry. You literally earlier were like, "Oh, everyone in the comment section is just gonna be a liberal anyway. They're just gonna say that no matter what." So I don't know why you asked the comment section after saying that. We already had this conversation.
No, you asked the comment section, and then you're just like put threes in the chat, and then I was like,
No,
put
you
twos
just
in
you
chat,
just asked. You
and
just asked.
90% of huh?
You just asked right now.
Okay, I understand what you're saying here, but dude, I'm saying as President Trump, let's say even if you have those things or whatever it is, President Trump on his actions now to date, what he's doing during presidency, because not every president is perfect. I mean, there's presidents that have,
I'm sorry. I'm
you
sorry.
know,
This is sexual abuse. At what point would you draw the line? At what point is it too far for you? Because you're willing to overlook sexual abuse.
I'm not, but I like for
You did though.
for
Like he was
the
held
evidence
civilly
that is
liable.
shown, civilly, that he didn't face any consequences for it.
Can I ask you this question?
He-
if
he-
someone
he
was
had to
held,
pay
he actually
80
has to pay. That's a consequence.
He had to
Would you
pay
let
80
would you
some
let someone held
million
civilly liable of sexual abuse take care of your kid?
No.
No. Okay. Why not?
If they're like, what do you mean? Like civilly liable as like
Yeah,
he's
civilly
on the
liable. Exact same standard of evidence as in the Trump case.
So why wasn't he on the offenders
I don't
list
want
then?
another question. I want an answer.
Would I let my kid get taken care of by that person? By Trump? Yeah, I'd probably let Trump be around my kid.
You would let a guy held civilly liable of sexual abuse take care of your kid? And you're talking about me swearing in front of your kid as some sort of like threat to them? Come on, bro. This guy's such
I'm
a
saying
joke.
Trump because I don't think that happened. Like I genuinely don't think that happened. I think that because all of the evidence that they had put up on the table, like I don't think it was enough. I mean, it was 9 people who decided that he was guilty. That's 9 people who decided that. I mean, if you had a room of 10,000 people and 50% were Trump supporters, 50% absolutely hated Trump, I'm sure that even the people who hated Trump would come out and say, this is ridiculous. I mean, this is definitely looks like a money grab. Like 80.
Okay, so then
like
why was that? So then you agree
$80
that the unanimous decision would be of Democrats, Republicans, Independents, and apolitical people that all indicated this to be true?
a bunch of people, you're saying that like for the majority vote, they would all say that this is true?
I'm saying
Like,
unanimously,
like-
every single 9 of them, every single one of them indicated this
Well,
to
we
be
don't
true.
we don't know if they're Republicans, Democrats, or
Exactly.
neither. I mean,
Exactly. So we know
No-
that they
nobody
are.
knows.
Listen, we know that they are made up of all of them because it is the case that that's representative of the population. What do you think a jury is?
I get it. It's just a bunch of random people. I mean, there's no picking or choosing whether they're Democrats or Republicans.
Okay, yeah, but you understand that there's a what's it called? The lawyers that Donald Trump had helped pick the jury.
You can't do that. How do you help pick a jury? I mean, isn't juries picked by the people in the court, not the actual
It's the
lawyers or any
it's
of
the
that?
judge is the judge. So or not the judge,
Yeah,
the
the judge.
lawyers and the judge. So
Wait, the lawyers pick them
I'll
out
ask this
too?
question. Yes. Do you think OJ is guilty?
OJ?
Yeah.
He wasn't found guilty.
So do you think he was guilty?
I don't know. I don't really know too much about OJ, to be honest with you. I don't know if he was guilty or not.
Okay. All right. So again, you would let someone who's held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman take care of your child? And you
No,
don't think
no,
that
no.
that's
You're
a-
saying someone. I'm asking. You're asking.
So,
you're
so
asking
they're
the wrong
enough of a
question.
risk.
Would I
to
let
bel-
Trump? Would I let Trump take care of my child? Yes. Would I let somebody held civilly liable, just somebody random that I have no idea of? No.
Trump is someone random that.
And
specifically was held
honestly,
civilly-
my child, as in if they're like maybe 16 years old.
I'm also just gonna thank people real quick. Give me a second. Nikki, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. By the way, yes, you did. You did. Send it to the right one. And yes, I will definitely. It's like 30, so I would recommend to go over on YouTube. And then you can message on YouTube and let me know. Let me make sure I've caught up with everyone. Brad, thank you for the $4.07. Thank you so much. Kirsty, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you. Julia with the $3. Thank you. Mike, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. For the baby's little swear jar is crazy. Tip, thank you for the $5. Brooke, thank you so much for the $30. Thank you so much on Cash App. I really appreciate some W's for Brooke in the comment section right now. Maddie, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. Hannah with the $25. Thank you so much, Hannah. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Cassandra, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Brad with the $1. Megan with the $1. Julia with the $3. Thank you so much. Bowie with the $5. Thank you so much. Colt Life is hard. There's no hope for MAGA. That's rough. Jane, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. London with the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Seriously, though. Wanda, thank you for the $1. Carrie, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. They said waiting is sadly normal. So many people are scared of being judged and that they won't be believed and that they never tell anyone but me. Even kids think people will never believe them. That's very true. That is so true. That is so true. I also need to go to YouTube, make sure I'm caught up on YouTube. Everyone, do give me 1 second. I really wish people would like hear that out. Like genuinely, I really wish. Alrighty. Let me make sure I'm caught up on YouTube real quick. Give me 1 second, everyone.
All right,
Bowie
guys.
again.
I'm gonna go take care of my baby.
Okay. Jane, thank you so much for the $10 again. Thank you. I really appreciate it. London with the $5 again. Thank you. Wanda with the $1. Carrie, thank you so much again for the $10. Cameron with the $2. Thank you. Hanners, thank you so much for the $5. Libby with the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Ren with the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Ren. Heather with the $5. Thank you so much, Heather. Zach with the $5. Thank you. Heather with $1. I really appreciate it. Coffee, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Fluffy Penguin, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. Best Star, thank you so much for the $2. Lotus with the $20. Thank you so much, Lotus. I really appreciate it. Get some W's for Lotus in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Lotus. Zach with the $20. Thank you so much, Zach. Get some W's for Zach in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Zach. I know, right? Literally, though. Willing to let them look up to Donald Trump. London with the $50. Thank you so much, London. Can we get some W's for London in the comment section right now? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, London. Seriously, W's for London in the comment section right now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ren with the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's for Ren in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Dank, thank you for the $2. Sprinkle with the $10. Thank you so much. Zach with the $20. Thank you so much, Zach. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Get some W's for Zach again. Thank you so much. London, another $50. Thank you so much. Get some W's for London in the comment section for another $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, London. Seriously, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. W's for London in the comment section again. Thank you. As well as Jacqueline, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate it. Grateful with the $24.20. Thank you so much. 420. We love that. We love it. Leanne, thank you so much for the membership subscription. Kathy with the $50 for Parker. You're making a difference. Thank you so much. Get some W's for Kathy in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Kathy. Seriously, thank you so much. As well as Matt, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Breakfast pizza. Diana, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. It is very re-traumatizing for victims to come back out. Of course, thank you so much, Diana. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Julia, thank you so much for the $3. Thank you. Schultz, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you. All right. I think I'm fully caught up, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen. Amirjan, thank you so much. Really appreciate the 12 pounds. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Miriam. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I just saw it. Thank you so much. Emily, thank you for the $5. And I'm in the middle of nowhere. Thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. As well as Brad, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you. Alrighty. Let's go on to the next person real quick. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen and we'll help get it out to more people. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We're just looking for some debates. Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 19.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
What's your birth year?
2007.
Okay, what month?
August.
Okay, why do you support Donald Trump?
I really respect his border policy. That's like the major thing for me. I think that the way that he shut down the border.
Wait, you said 2007? Sorry. What month?
Yes. August.
So you think August 2007 would make you 19? That's 18, bro. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 1.
Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, everyone. It helps get it out to more people. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
And do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
And why is that?
Many reasons, but we'll go with border policy.
Okay. What border policy do you like?
Taking out all the illegal aliens from our country.
Undocumented immigrants. Now, if you want to, actually, like, sorry, let me clarify your birth year again. How old were you?
19.
And what's your birth year?
March 2006.
For sure. Okay, so go back. Undocumented immigrants. Why do you want to? Can you name one benefit that mass deportation has on our society?
There's more open jobs for our Americans.
Wrong. Because it is the case that there is less demand for goods and
Got
services.
it. Come on. Spit it out. Yep.
There would actually be greater levels of jobs if it is the case that we had more immigration.
Oh, would there now? Would you like to explain that for me?
Yeah, if there's more people in an economy, there's more demand for goods and services, therefore creating a greater incentive for businesses to supply for that specific demand. So demand is going to then increase the supply because it is the case that the suppliers want to meet that demand.
Okay, and what is your stance on this? What would you think the perfect policy would be?
Mass amnesty for undocumented immigrants who have not committed violent crimes or bad crimes?
But they already have committed a crime by coming into this nation.
Not a bad crime, insofar as that they should be deported.
So you think that just laws that aren't considered bad crimes could be broken?
Yeah.
Would you like to give another example other than crossing the border?
Yeah, for example, jaywalking when it's not a threat to anyone's safety.
Okay, well, crossing a border is much...
He left. Also, from a federal perspective, elevating. Libby, thank you for the $30. Thank you so much for happy birthday, Dean. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Libby. Brad, thank you for the $1. Thank you so much. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Emily, thank you for the $5.20. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. For the $1 plus the $4 plus the 20 cents. We love it. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? All right, let's go to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. Ayana, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request again if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. Robin, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the money gun. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Robin, I say it. Jesse, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for the give me the mic. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you as well. Taro, thank you for the $2 for howdy birthday, Dean. Thank you for the tiny. Thank you so much. Let's go on to the next person here. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We're just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Please, everyone, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen. Alrighty, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request again if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request again if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Alrighty. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Please play Farm Sim Park.
Madden, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Madden. Give me some W's for Madden in the comment section for the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much, Madden. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 36, sorry. My
support
birthday's
Donald Trump?
August 4th. I do. My birthday's August 4th of 1989.
For sure. I definitely believe you. So, why do you support Donald Trump?
Honestly, I don't know. I think, how do I word this? I don't think that I think there's a lot of good presidents. Trump is okay, not the very best, but I do agree, with a lot of things you say about Donald Trump. And I don't really know much about politics or anything, so I just got to say, I just want everybody just to have peace. That's ultimately what I want for the U.S.
Do you think that there's more peace with Donald Trump as the president?
Not really, to be honest.
Okay, so why do you support him?
Because my entire family supports him, so I guess whenever voting comes, I never really know how to vote for anybody, so I choose Donald Trump because everybody's oh, do this, and it just runs in the family, I guess, which doesn't give me an excuse to vote for him one bit.
You can always try to convince other people in your household to vote otherwise. You can have your own opinions and thoughts.
Exactly, I agree 100%. I don't get the border thing. But one thing I do like about the border being shut down, not that I'm going to get on topic with it, is everywhere I go, to a McDonald's, for example, there's a lot of Spanish people, and I don't really like how people can't understand me when I order McDonald's. That's one of the biggest thing I do not like.
I'm sorry, where do you live? And then also, again, in terms of this, I live in LA, right? There's never a single business I've been to where I haven't been able to communicate specifically with the people that were working at the business. I don't know what you're talking about. And secondly, why would that be an issue for you? You could just go to a different store.
I live in Iowa.
Okay, I grew up in Iowa.
Okay.
I grew up in the Quad Cities.
Okay. So I live in Sioux City, Iowa area, and whenever I go to any McDonald's, there's usually one of them has a bunch of Spanish people, can't understand them. They always mess up my order, which I absolutely hate. And
I'm sorry. And they speak English there, correct?
At the one that I normally go to, no. Nobody does. It's all Spanish people.
Then why are you specifically going to a community of Spanish speakers and being why aren't you speaking English? What? They're not going to you and being why aren't you speaking Spanish when you're in their area, specifically where they're speaking Spanish? Again, I'm confused. If every single worker there is speaking Spanish, that is an area specifically of Spanish speakers.
Well, no, because it's America.
Also, if you're in any of this, you can use an app. You can just tell them. Also, just in general, bro, I don't know why you're acting like this is such a issue for you to be able to identify. There's literally basically every single place you go, you can click on the different order yourself.
I don't like to use the little machine, the computer machine. It's too confusing.
Okay, well, if you don't like doing anything, well, that's a big issue, man.
I do like to do stuff. I like to order by a person at a cash register. That's just it. I don't like.
Then go to a different business.
but McDonald's has fire food a little bit. But I agree, there's other.
Bro, just go to a different business. It's not that big of a deal. And also, like, again, you must be in an area specifically where there are a lot of Spanish speakers. Okay. There's no issue with people speaking Spanish. The fact that you have an issue with people speaking Spanish is very problematic to me. Very problematic to me. Like, I grew up in Iowa. I grew up in Iowa. Like, the fact that you would try to pick on anyone who's speaking Spanish in Iowa is fucking gross to me. It's actually disgusting. Like, seriously, like, don't you care about your community members? They're a part of your community too.
I do. And I see your point.
So if you want to be able to communicate with them, how about you learn Spanish, you know?
It's too complicated.
It's not that complicated, man. It's not that complicated for you to learn Spanish if you truly want to communicate with them. Like, if it's such an issue to you where you, like, need to communicate with them, well, then you should yourself go out, try to do that yourself, right? You shouldn't just get mad at them. Like, that makes no sense for you to get mad at them. Like,
True. And hey, man, I do love your channel, and I just want to say I'm a big fan too.
okay. So why do you support Donald Trump then?
Like I said, because my friends and family all do, and yeah, like there's no actually reason.
So okay, it seems like there's no reason. So I would just say keep watching these lives, keep trying to critically think and question these views. It sounds like over time you're not gonna agree with them. Over time, like I would hope that you wouldn't. So like if you could go back in time and you could either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
Probably the second one that you said, not Trump.
Kamala Harris. Okay, absolutely. I appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
All right. Let's go on to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Alrighty. Brad, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you so much, Brad. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Marie, thank you so much for the $10. Keep some W's from Marie in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Marie. I really appreciate it. Jeanette, thank you so much for the $4.20. Thank you. Absolutely. Nalissa, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yo, that's serious though. And that's where I was born. And Marie, thank you so much for the $1. Thank you. That's so true. Rodrigo, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Happy birthday, Parker. Thank you. Ayana, thank you so much for the $1. Jesse, thank you for the $2. Thank you. But everyone, happy birthday to Dean. It's his 21st birthday today. Happy birthday to Dean. Matthew, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $1. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. That's horrible. It cuts off at the very end there. I'm so sorry to hear that. It actually doesn't show me on PayPal. It doesn't show the whole message. I don't know why it's been doing that on different social media, or not social media, on the different platforms, as it cuts off at a certain point. And Jay with the $75 on PayPal. Thank you so much for Morning, Parker. I finally saw your response to my donation to you yesterday. You may be one of the smartest people on the planet, but I need to teach you not only how to sing, but how to recite fine poetry. I got you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Jay. I really do need to be able to. That's so funny. Let's go to the next person here. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
What's your birth year?
2005, April 20th.
Space, thank you so much for the $3. Thank you. I'm sorry. I just don't believe you. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, 29.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
Why so?
Well, for me personally, I support him due to the fact that he's more Christian leaning has more. I'm not gonna say that he's a man of God, but you can have higher morals necessarily. I'm not saying that you have to be like my president has to be like on his knees every day in front of the camera putting on some show. But I do think and believe that he does lean towards more Christian values than most would.
Okay. So, um, sorry, chat. I need a second there. Okay. Interesting, position you have there. Can you explain to me one Christian norm that Donald Trump upholds within the context of society outside of the context of abortion to a greater extent than Kamala Harris that gets you to support him?
Well, I didn't do research on it. I don't know if he did or didn't, but I remember the National Day of Prayer when he attended, and I don't know if you remember that day or that in general.
I don't know what day is National Day of Prayer, but Kamala Harris and Joe Biden are both Christians, and they engage in like church every single week.
Right. No, I'm not saying they're not, because at the end of the day, everyone's walk with the Lord is their own, and man judges on the outward appearance, but the Lord judges on the heart. So I can't really speak for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and say whether they're Christian or not. So what I have to do is I have to use the outward appearance, and what they stand for is not what I stand for or believe in.
So would you ever support a candidate that said that they've never asked God for forgiveness?
I'm sorry, you cut out there. Can you ask that again?
Would you ever support a candidate for president that has said that they've never asked God for forgiveness?
I mean, yes, I can't expect every single person who's going to run for president to be God-fearing or God-loving. That's just not logical.
Okay. Well, I mean, actually, like basically every candidate's been Christian. I just want to clarify that. But like the point that I was making is that, given that the other side is Christian, right? Would you say that the one side saying that they've never asked God for forgiveness would be like a reason why you wouldn't support them anymore, and you'd support the Christian instead?
If there was a candidate who was like outspoken about their faith in Christianity and it aligned with my beliefs, or as close as possible, then yes, I would follow that person more than a person who bashed on God, had beliefs against what I believe in. That just, of course that's what I would do.
Okay. So like Donald Trump said he never asked God for forgiveness, right? So
Okay.
that would be something I would point to say that like you probably shouldn't support him, given that Kamala Harris is a Christian herself.
Okay, and so has she ever come out and said to whoever, any interview, media, I asked God to come into my heart, save me, I repented, I asked for forgiveness? Did she ever say that at any point?
I'm not sure if she specifically said those things, but she is Christian herself, and she hasn't said that she never asked God for forgiveness. So, I mean, did Trump say that? I'm just saying that there's more reason to believe that Trump doesn't affiliate with the values than Kamala Harris,
Based off what?
given that he said that he's never asked God for forgiveness.
Okay, so you're referring to a specific time when he said that. I probably didn't catch that or hear that. When did he say that specifically?
In 2016.
Okay, so that was almost 10 years ago.
But that casts doubt specifically to a greater extent on his positions comparative to Kamala Harris's.
Right, so if he hasn't said that again, how can we assume that he still does or doesn't? Like, did I just say that
If he has said that and Kamala Harris has not, how do you assume that she is less representative of the values than him?
I'm sorry, say that again.
If he has said that and she has not, How do you say that he is more representative of the values than she is?
I never said that he did or he was.
Okay, what church does Trump attend every Sunday?
I don't follow his Christian faith on that. I don't know if he does attend church.
Okay, you know who does attend church? Kamala Harris.
Okay. So like I don't attend church. My church, I'm a media member for a church that's in Louisiana. I live in California. So, and does that make me any less of a Christian?
Okay, I'm just saying that, like, what's more in relation to the values, going to church or not going to church?
Well, you go to church because you want to get some Christian education from the message, from the word. You want to be around the saints of the church, the members.
I know. So Trump doesn't want
The
to.
Bible actually the Bible actually says where there are two people, the Lord is there as well. Never once does the Bible refer to a building as a church. The Bible refers to
going to church more Christian-like.
The Bible does not reference you having to go to church to determine whether you're a Christian or have faith.
Okay, what does Donald Trump do that says that he aligns more with Christianity than Kamala Harris?
I never said it's what Donald Trump does. It's what I've seen since 2016 up until this point. And when he was explaining after that day where there was a potential deletion of him, I remember after that, he expressed, especially in the what was it called, the RNC, was it there, that he expressed how it was God who saved him?
What did he say?
That's what I'm saying. I can't remember it fully right now, but I'm saying that's what I remember him mentioning specifically. God saving him.
I think he's a grifter. I think he's grifting. He's a fake Christian. He's just grifting for attention. You're not actually telling me anything he said specifically that is more in accordance with Christian values. All you've said is that he said he's Christian. By the way, Kamala Harris is Christian.
Okay, well, if you look at her beliefs and values, those things go against what Christians believe in.
Such as?
So
What
I
beliefs?
think Kamala is a grifter.
What beliefs?
She's for abortion.
Okay, no, she thinks it should be
She's
allowed.
she's for
Do
she's
you think-
for it. That's
wait,
what it
okay,
means.
Wait, so to clarify, do you think it's wrong to allow for abortions to occur?
I do believe that it is wrong. I believe life starts at conception. Yes.
So then God is wrong for allowing abortions to occur.
God doesn't allow abortions to occur.
No abortion occurs in reality?
God, you literally just made the claim that God allows abortions, as if he sits back on his big chair, eats popcorn, and watches the women go to abortion clinics and says, haha, there's another one. That's what you're claiming.
He is all-knowing. He's all-powerful, meaning that he has the ability to prevent it. He knows that it's happening. He can prevent it, but he chooses not to. That's allowing
Okay,
it.
so if God's all knowing and powerful, that's actually a very correct statement you've made. Why would he let it get this far to abortion? Why not stop Eve from being beguiled by the serpent in the garden from taking the fruit? Why not start there?
I can make that point too, but like the point that I'm making from this is that, again, just allowing for abortions to occur is not wrong under your worldview. Otherwise, you'd be saying that God is doing something wrong in the scenario, which you can't say because God is all good. Therefore, it's an irrelevant point that you're making.
What's an irrelevant point?
Like, you don't actually believe that it should be illegal. You have no basis for that, for saying it should be illegal. And it's not antithetical to the position of Christians to say that they are pro-choice, because it is not wrong to allow for abortions to occur. She can be against abortion while also simultaneously saying it should be legal. Just because she has a moral position against it doesn't mean that moral position has to guide what other people have the ability to do. Does that make sense?
I'm trying to keep up with what
That's
you're
not
saying.
that's
I'm
not
trying to keep up with what
antithetical
you're
to
saying.
being Christian. I said she can have the position to be against abortion, but then say it should be legally legal. So people should have the choice to get access to it. That's what pro-choice is about. It's not about saying that it's morally correct. It's about saying that it should be legally their choice. And I mean, I make a different position because I don't think it's wrong prior to sentience, but like that's like you don't have to hold the position that it's morally wrong, right? And then also it should be illegal. You can say it's morally wrong and it should be legal. Like, do you think adultery should be legal?
Well, I mean, adultery is legal.
Yeah, right? You believe it should be legal. You believe it shouldn't be illegal, even though it's a violation of the 10 Commandments to commit adultery.
Right, it is a violation of the 10 Commandments, yes.
Yeah, so that's an example of something that violates the 10
Thou shalt
Commandments.
not KIL as well.
Exactly. Those are both one of the 10 Commandments. So can you please explain to me why in one scenario you'd say it should be illegal, but not in the other? If you're basing it on religion.
If I'm basing it on religion, say that again, sorry.
Yeah, if you're basing
I'm using my headphones, so it's kind of like you're like fading in the back.
Yeah, so if you're basing your legal position on your religion, then explain to me why one commandment should be illegal to break, but not the other.
Well, I'm not petitioning for that at all.
What do you mean? Do you believe in separation of church and state?
What does separation of church and state mean to you? Because separation of church and state is the government not being allowed to interfere with the church on what they believe, on what they teach, on what they do, on what they practice. That's what it means.
No, separation of church and state means that you're not going to use religion as the basis for your position on how the law should function.
Incorrect. Look it up.
Well, that's the way most people are using the term. That's the way I'm using the term.
Most people are using the term. I mean, that's so okay. So, what's the point if you're just gonna if that's how you interpret it? But interpretation of it is not the facts. Just like you believe that morality is subjective when that's completely impossible.
What is that? How do you mean? What do you mean by it's impossible?
It's impossible for morality to be subjective.
Can you explain that position?
Yeah. So morality is objective because you can't have law without morality, and you can't have morality without God.
Okay, this does not follow. So God existing doesn't mean that morality is not subjective, and also morality doesn't need to be the position of why something is illegal.
Okay, so what you do a lot is you say you interpret it. That's how you interpret it. Like you just said, a lot of people see it that way. A lot of people interpret it that way. Which means you're saying that it's subjective, right?
Well, I mean, I believe morality is subjective. I don't think you know what I'm saying when I'm saying that morality is subjective. I think that you have a misinterpretation of what I mean, but that's what I do believe.
Okay, explain it then.
Yeah. So I just mean
why is
that,
morality subjective to you?
Yeah, morality is true dependent upon my stance.
And what is your stance?
On morality, it depends on what we're talking about.
Oh my God. So what you're doing is you're trying to make a conglomerate of what morality is. Morality is very simple.
What does objective mean?
Objective means that it can't change.
That's not how I'm using the term objective. That's not how we typically use the term within meta-ethics. The term is typically used as stance-independent truth. So it's something that's true independent of a stance. So let me ask you this question. Do you think that morality would be true if God didn't exist?
No.
Okay, then it's subjective because it's dependent upon the subject of God to determine the truth of morality. Because if the subject of God did not exist, there would be no truth of morality. So it's clearly not
and
objective
if God
under
didn't
your
exist,
standpoint.
we wouldn't exist.
So you just conceded to the idea that your own morality is subjective.
My morality is not subjective.
Yeah, you just conceded to it. You just said that morality wouldn't be true if God didn't exist, meaning that its truth is dependent upon the existence of a subject, i.e. God.
If God didn't exist, we wouldn't exist. So how? So what you're saying is what you're saying is an oxymoron.
If God doesn't exist, can squared circles exist?
If God doesn't exist, the universe doesn't exist.
That's just not true. I don't. That doesn't follow at all. Like I'm an
That is
agnostic
true.
atheist. There's no contradiction.
Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
You
What,
just
what,
you act
what
like
more do you want to say?
you act like
John
you act
1
like
1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word. Exactly.
you act like it just claiming that in the Bible is evidence of that being true, as if other religions don't have
It is.
scriptures that claim other
Some of
gods
the-
created
some-
the universe.
Have you ever seen?
I'm sorry, other religions have scriptures that claim other gods created the universe. What makes your God the one that created the universe and not their God? Well, it's in the Bible.
There's physical and that's well, one, yes, it is, and two, there's physical and historical evidence from atheists who are more atheists than any atheist you can imagine, who have
You
turned and
speak
come
like
out
Trump.
and
You're
made
trying to
books.
speak like Trump. More atheists than you can see any atheist out of any atheist ever. I promise you that. So what's up? Go ahead.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
There are atheists, especially, I don't know if you've ever seen God's Not Dead. I don't know if you've ever seen The Case for Christ. There are atheists, actual atheists, who have tried their absolute best, harder than you ever will, to prove that there is no God. And they have gone on to become the most prolific, famous Christians with the heaviest belief that there is God and he does exist.
Okay. I've heard of what you're talking about in terms of Lee Strobel and The Case for Christ. I don't think that's a good basis for your position here. That's kind of ridiculous to me.
Okay.
Now we can talk about that and go in further on that and whatnot. But you act like I haven't thought about this or I haven't had these types of conversations before. I can literally disprove the Christian God's existence to you right now. Would you like me to do
What
that?
it is, and okay, this is hilarious. I'd love to hear it. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you believe God is perfect?
Do I believe God is perfect?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Meaning that he's flawless, right?
Correct. That's what perfect would mean.
Mm-hmm. And if something is perfect, there's nothing more desirable than a perfect existence, correct?
Okay, go ahead. Get to your point.
I'm just clarifying that you agree with this. Do you agree with the idea that something that is perfect could not be better?
I agree.
Okay. So if something is perfect could not be better, then what reason would God have to go from the point of his existence alone, where he's perfect and exists alone, to a point where he decides to create? Because it's already, there's nothing
Bible
better.
says-
There's nothing better. There's nothing more desirable than his existence alone, because he's perfect.
Okay. So what is your question?
Did you listen?
I did. I listened to everything you just said. So what is your actual question?
I just clarified. Would you like to understand? I literally
You're asking why your question, so all that was your question was, why did God create?
Yeah, I asked you. That's the question. Yeah, why? What reason
Okay,
would God
well,
have to create in that scenario?
Let me just go ask him right now. What kind of a question is that?
I'm saying specifically, what reason would he have to create? Could you come up with a hypothetical reason?
The reason why he created, I mean, I guess since I can't ask him personally, I would have to assume, and from what I've read in the Bible, is that God created man for his own pleasure.
Okay, so it was more desirable for God plus creation than just God existing alone. Therefore, God is not perfect. Because you said there's nothing. You said there's listen. What you're not understanding is that you just said there's nothing better than perfection. If God's existence is perfection, then the very idea that God plus another thing is more desirable than God existing alone debunks the entire idea that he's perfect in the very first place. So the prescriptions that you have that God is perfect, it is not possible to then explain why we exist. It's not possible to explain why we exist in an imperfect world, especially, given that it would be the case that a perfect being would be desiring a imperfect state of affairs over a perfect state of affairs, which is contradictory because imperfection means it's less desirable because a flaw is less desirable in of itself. That's why it's contradictory. Okay? You would have to say that God isn't perfect. God's existence is not a perfect state of existence.
Okay, I'm going to debunk all that right now. Are you ready? When God created Adam and Eve, were they perfect, yes or no?
No, they were not.
They weren't.
No.
Okay.
Because they sinned.
And did they sin because God made them do it, or he gave them the choice to do it or not?
He gave them the choice to do it.
Exactly. But wait a minute. Who beguiled Eve?
You think it's the serpent. Yeah.
Well, the Bible says it was.
Yeah.
So if God was this person who can control this, why not stop Eve from eating the fruit?
It's a valid question.
He said you can have, if there's 1,000 trees in the garden and they could eat of 999 of them, but they couldn't touch one.
Why
and
not
they touched the one.
Why not create the tree in the very first place? Just don't create the tree. Why make the serpent?
God gave them free. God gave them free will.
What led to the serpent being corrupted?
What led to the serpent being corrupted?
Yeah.
Well, he started off as the gem and jewels and the
So was he
basically,
perfect?
for lack of a better word, was he perfect?
Yeah.
No, only God's perfect.
Oh, okay. So then God can't create them if they're not perfect, given it is the case that that would be saying he desired an imperfect existence, which is contradictory to a perfect being. That's an imperfect desire. To desire an imperfect existence is an imperfect desire.
Do you not know what free will is, or is that just going over your head?
No, I understand what free will is. I'm not disputing that. I already addressed free will. What? I'm sorry. I'm just saying there would be no reason for God to go from his existence alone to the point of creation, given that he knows that when he creates, it will lead to a state of affairs in which has flaws. Okay? Meaning that that would be less desirable than existing alone for God. And also, God already has free will. So when God exists alone, free will already exists, and he's still perfect. So the idea that free will entails the idea of sin is not logically entailed. It's not true at all.
Okay. And so what is it that you're trying to prove here?
I just disproved Christianity. Literally, like
by saying
yes.
Okay, so you're saying that Christianity is not true because of the fact that God gave Adam and Eve free will, and because they chose against it, you're saying why would God give them free will and why not just make them to not choose?
No, listen. A perfect being, it's not logically possible for them to create an imperfect state of existence because imperfection, according to their own standard, is less desirable. So you to say that they desire something less desirable is a contradiction. Does that make any sense to you, that you desire something less desirable? No, that makes no sense at all. That's a contradiction. I just disproved it.
It's not a contradiction, and you didn't just prove it. Dude, I'm telling you that he gave them free will.
I understand.
If he was a dictator and it's
Wait. I'm saying he should have never under this standard created them in the very first place. In a logical sense, because it would have been less desirable for him to do so, according to his own standards.
Are you forgetting? I'm trying to wrap my head around this. Are you literally forgetting the part where it was the serpent who beguiled Eve to take the fruit, and then Adam followed suit? Like, are you forgetting that part?
Hey, wait. Why are you talking about after creation? I'm saying prior to creation. There's no creation that exists yet. It's
prior
just
to
God.
Creation?
Yeah, prior to creation, it's just God existing alone because God's eternal. Creation isn't eternal. When God was existing alone, there was no reason for God to create because it is the case that what he would then create would have flaws in it. So it would be, God's all-knowing. So it would either be that he stays in an eternal state of flawlessness or perfection by himself, right? Or he decides to create, meaning that the state of existence that would then exist would have flaws. So it's either a state of existence with no flaws or a state of existence with flaws. Which one is more desirable? A state of existence without flaws.
What? I don't know if this is gonna be a pivot, but if we're using that logic, then we can apply that to anything in life.
Okay. I mean,
If
we're not
using
we're
your
not all
flawed
knowing.
logic, we can, if
We're
we're
not all
using
knowing,
your-
all
if we're
powerful,
using
and all
your
good.
flawed logic, if we're using your flawed logic, we can apply that to anything in life.
Can you
Why
give me an
create it? Why
example?
make it? Why do it if it's just gonna cause issues?
Because we're not
Why
all
create
knowing,
it?
all
Why make it? Why
powerful.
do it? If we're... Okay.
We're not all
Dude,
all powerful, all
if
good. We're not
if
perfect.
We use your if we use your flawed logic, we can apply that to anything in life. Come on, man.
What are you talking about? We're not
Are you-
perfect. We're not all
people-
knowing. We're not all good.
people
We're not
don't
all
like-
powerful. We don't have the certain
people-
commitments that are true in Christianity.
People like to use these kind of arguments, and they like to say that kind of stuff because they don't want to admit there is an existence of God. They don't want to admit there is morality because they don't want to have a conscience when they do
Hey,
something
dude.
wrong. They
If
want to
it-
be
wait,
free of
hold-
conscience.
Hey, dude. If there is a God, it's not the Christian God. That's what I'm saying.
What is the Christian God to you? Please, I would explain it to me.
Perfect, all knowing, all powerful, all good notion of God, the triomni
And
properties.
He
which
is.
which is contradictory. That's not possible. I just explained that.
How is it not possible?
I already explained that.
You didn't explain it. You gave me a flawed logic, which I gave back to you. So continue on explaining what else you have to say.
What was flawed?
The flawed logic of if God is all perfect, all knowing, all powerful, why create something that's just going to turn out to be bad? And I explained it to you. If we use that logic, that flawed logic, we can apply that to anything in our life. Why do it? Why create it? Why make it if it's just going to turn out bad?
You're not understanding.
Why
So
make
can I-
guns if it's just
can I-
going to hurt people?
Hey, something that is perfect and has all perfect desires can't have an imperfect desire. Do you agree?
Say it again.
Yeah. Something that is perfect and all attributes has perfect desires. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, if it logically has perfect desires, it means that it can't desire a state of existence in which has any flaws. Right?
Correct.
Okay. If they can't desire a state of existence that has any flaws, then there would be no reason for God to then choose to create, because it would entail an existence with flaws, rather than God existing alone for all of eternity, where there would be an existence with no flaws.
Okay.
That's it.
So your argument is that God should just have never created us.
I'm saying it's logically entailed that given that God is all-knowing, all-powerful, all good and perfect based on his own standard, that he would have never created in the very first place. Or if you would have to say that the creation is perfect, meaning that there wouldn't be like an intentionality in creating, because you wouldn't go from one perfect state to another unless there'd be a reason. A reason would be like an extra bit of a desirability. And to say that there's any lack of desirability would entail that the original state is not perfect.
You see, I love when people like you, they criticize God, but they never seem to criticize the devil.
I don't believe the devil
God,
exists.
God created us perfectly in the likeness of his own image. He gave us free will, free dominion to do as we please and do what we want. The Bible says the Lord would meet frequently with Adam and Eve and walk with them through the
Dude,
garden.
I don't care about your religious story here. I don't give a shit about the devil. I don't care. I
It's
just
not a
disproved.
religious story. It's correct and it's
respond.
true.
Respond to the point I made. Respond to the point I made. I just disproved your whole religion.
You're literally saying that why did God create us in the first place then?
I'm saying there is no
If we're
logic.
just- if it's even all
It's not logical.
if he's all perfect, all powerful, all knowing, like you just said, then why did he create us? Why did he create something for it to become like quote unquote bad or fall or fail? That's what you're asking. If he's so perfect and if perfect breeds perfection, why did he make something that's not perfect?
I'm saying it's logically entailed that a perfect creator would create a perfect creation. Yes.
So you're saying God's not perfect. That's what you're saying.
Essentially, if it is the case that we exist in a creation that's imperfect, well, that would entail, if there is a God, that it would have to be imperfect.
You see, again, that doesn't make any sense, because he was so perfect. He gave us free will, and
I
it
get
was
you.
man who chose to go against God's will and wishes. I don't understand. Why is that so hard for you to comprehend?
Yeah, but like he chose to create corrupted beings rather than to not create them in the very first place.
He didn't choose to create corrupted beings. He gave us free will. He said you can choose to do
he
this
all-knowing?
or
Is he-
choose not
is-
to do this.
is
He
he
gave
all-knowing?
us the criteria. He gave us the criteria. He gave us the rules. He gave us all of that. We chose, man chose
I
to
get
be
you.
deceived.
I understand.
To
I understand. But he chose to create, which would then lead to a flawed
He chose to
existence.
create free will.
So the choice that God had was to either stay in a flawless existence of him existing alone, or to create and go to a flawed existence. Okay? So clearly, if God has the choice to either create or not create, the preferable set of conditions for God to do is to choose to not create in this context.
So what you're doing is you're trying to figure out. Wait, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're trying to figure out why God created us.
No, I'm telling you that it's contradictory for a perfect God to have created the world we exist
It's not.
in,
It's
given
it's
that
not
we exist in a
contradictory. You're
world that's
trying to-
imperfect.
You're trying to figure out why God created us. That's what you're doing. You're
don't believe
confused as to why we're here.
I don't believe a God. I don't believe in a God. Okay, I'm an agnostic
Okay, then-
atheist.
then
I don't.
Parker,
I don't know what
why
the
are we here?
explanation
What's
is.
the point? What's the point of going through debt and paying taxes and wars? What's the point in all this?
See, I just think we happen to exist. I don't think that there's any like explanation
How-
of what came
that
prior
doesn't
to us that we
that-
understand
that
at this
doesn't
point.
make any sense. How does happening to exist and just appearing here? How does that make more sense than creation?
Hey, I'm saying we happen to exist and we don't have the explanation for what came prior to the point of creation or point of existence.
There's physical, historical evidence that Jesus walked this earth. What are
I
you
don't-
talking about, dude?
I don't
There's
dispute
no
that
religion.
Jesus existed.
There's
I dispute
there's-
that he's a God.
Okay, you can't have Jesus without God, dude. Like, are you okay
Yes,
up
you
there?
can.
Are the lights not on?
They are. You can have Jesus as a person without him being a God. I don't know why you would say he has to be a God. I'm confused.
John 3:16.
I'm sorry. John 3:16 doesn't prove that he's God. Like a claim in the Bible doesn't prove he's God.
What
In the same way
are
that
you
in the
talking
Quran it
about?
claims that he's a prophet, and you don't believe that's evidence of him being a prophet.
I never said that Jesus wasn't a prophet.
Is Jesus God or a prophet? Which one?
Dude, I cannot believe you're actually asking this right now. Do you not know John 3:16, or yes or no? Like, just answer yes or no.
I do know John 3:16. It's commonly cited
you go.
specifically as like
There you
the
go. So
verse
what
that
more-
Jesus claims
I don't
himself to
understand.
be God.
There's
Right?
so
And even
much-
even
there's
if
so
I
much
grant
simple-
you, even if I grant you that Jesus himself claimed to be God, that doesn't mean that he is God. There are plenty of people that have claimed to be God. They are not
Jesus
God.
is the Son of God. Jesus is the Son of God.
There's no evidence of this.
So no, what you're saying is there's no evidence that you like. You can't Google AI it. You can't look it up on Grok, so that way it doesn't exist to you. That's what you're saying.
No,
What you're
can you
saying is you
demonstrate
have
any
to
of the
physically-
evidence for me?
Parker, what you're saying is you have to physically see it to believe it.
No, I don't. You can reason it for me, but like I just showed you how it was logically
Because
impossible.
Let's just discredit and disapprove of scholars, of prophets, of people who have done way more research than we have and will ever do. Let's just discredit what they say. But if Donald Trump says, "Oh, it's going to get warmer," you say, "Well, the scientists who got a PhD for 9 years said, oh, it's going to get hotter, it's going to get colder." You say, "Oh, that's proven facts. It's proven facts." But people who've actually been doing this a lot longer than they've been alive, you're going to discredit and disprove what they say.
Do you think most historians
So it's
think
because it's not. So because it's not physically visible to you because you don't like it. That way, that at that point, you and your little chat don't approve of it because he doesn't like it. Because it's not what you like, so it's not true.
Do you think most historians believe Jesus rose from the dead?
I do believe that he did because he did,
It's not the
and
question I asked you.
a physical. I literally just freaking answered your question. I
No, you
said I
didn't.
do believe he did. I'm telling you, I believe it, and I
I
said
didn't
they
ask.
did.
I didn't ask you about your position. I said, do most
I said I
historians
do, and they did.
believe that Jesus rose from the dead?
Okay, I'm answering it for the 5th time now. They did.
Do they now?
Yes,
Really? Most historians believe Jesus rose from the dead? That's not true.
100%.
No, it's not.
So back to what I was saying just now, like a few seconds ago, is because you're trying to discredit what people who've actually done the research off
Says
of
you, as
physical.
you're denying. Most people do not indicate that Jesus rose from the dead who are historians.
Who are most people to you? Because if you're talking about you in your chat, then yes, of course they're going to disagree with his existence.
I said
But if you talk to people
historians.
with,
I said
if
historians.
you ask people with common sense and knowledge and know anything other than what a cereal box says, yes, Jesus existed and God exists.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I don't know why you're acting like I'm dumb for saying that, and I'm an agnostic
said you were
atheist.
dumb.
After I literally
Like
disproved
always,
your
in
religious
words,
beliefs.
Like always, I never said you were dumb.
Well, you're just mad that I disproved your religious beliefs. It's clearly obvious.
You didn't disprove my religious beliefs.
I did.
You're not addressing what's being said.
I did.
You didn't. I said because you don't like it and because you can't physically see it, as if it's not a Big Mac right there in front of you, then it doesn't exist. It's not true to you.
That's not what it is. I never said I
Just
only believe
because-
things that I can
Parker,
see. I never said
by the way,
I never
the
said I
guy-
only believe things that I can
if
see.
you know anything, the guy from a Case for Christ said, just because you say it's not true and don't believe it, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It just means that no matter how much evidence is given to you, you won't believe it.
No, if you give me evidence, I'll believe something. I just genuinely don't have enough evidence to believe it.
There
I just
is
gave you good
evidence.
reason to believe
We're
otherwise.
living in current evidence. Our
What
time
evidence?
is AD right now. Our time is AD.
What evidence is there?
Okay, let me just fix my speaker. There we go. AD, Parker. We're living in AD, not
Yeah,
BC.
and what does AD mean?
I can't remember what it means right now. But no, BC was before Christ.
No, it's not. It's before Common Era.
Wow. Literally, I'm telling you, right? That's what I literally. You're going back to what I just said. If it doesn't align with what you believe, and if it's not sitting there right there in front of you, you're just going to say it's not true. It doesn't exist.
What'd you say?
I said if it doesn't sit right there in front of you, if you can't physically see it, if you can't physically touch it, taste it, hold it, it doesn't exist to you.
No, I believe things that I can't touch, taste, or feel. That's like I can reason them out.
Give an example.
Yeah, I believe square circles cannot exist. Because they're contradictory logically.
Wow.
No response? Crickets?
Okay. Squared circles. Interesting. That's where we're at now.
Yeah.
I literally was just speaking. I'm talking about something that actually makes sense, Parker. Something that's actually logical. Squared circles, dude. Come on, grow up.
How about this? 5 doesn't equal 4. Or
So
we go
because you have
fi-
nothing to
5
say
trillion
for what I just
doesn't
said,
5
you're
trillion
just gonna
doesn't
start
equal
going into
4
this,
trillion.
So you're gonna forever live in this world that you're living in currently. This little world that you live in, that if you can't see it, if you can't feel it, if it's not right there in front of you, it doesn't exist. And let's just discredit all the historians and everyone who's ever done research on this. We're just gonna discredit what they said. But like I said,
Most historians
if
do
it's
not
someone
indicate
who's
that
gonna say
Jesus
something
wrote.
against
Hey,
Donald Trump,
hey, dude, you're so disingenuous. I've said multiple times that's not my position. I've clarified multiple times. You're purposefully trying to not acknowledge what I'm saying. I also said that most historians indicate that Jesus did not rise from the dead, or they do not believe that he rose from the dead. So like the idea that I'm disputing most historians is also wrong. What are you saying? I don't, like, you're just mad that I disproved your religion, dude. I'm sorry, bro.
You didn't disprove it. Parker, I'm telling you right now, on all honesty, you didn't disprove one thing. Like I just said, just because you say it didn't happen doesn't mean it didn't happen.
I never just said it didn't happen. I said that there's no evidence for this being the case in terms of resurrection, and two, I gave you a contradiction in terms of Christianity based upon you believing that God is perfect, a perfect creator, and also believing that we exist in an imperfect creation. That's contradictory, because it is the case that a perfect creator would entail, logically speaking, that there's a perfect creation. Angela, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. Jay with the $25 on PayPal. Thank you so much, Jay. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Again, I really appreciate it. Tip with the $10. Wendy, again, thank you for the $5. Appreciate it. Jade with the $5. Thank you. Marie, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you, Marie. Milwaukee, thank you so much for the $10 as well. Thank you. Delisa, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10 as well. Sray, thank you so much for the $100. Thank you so much for hi. It's my mom's birthday. Could you say happy birthday to her? Absolutely. Happy birthday to your mom, Sray. Happy birthday. Absolutely. You have the same birthday as Dean. That's so cool. That's so cool. Happy birthday. Can we get some W's for Sray in the comment section right now? Thank you so much. You were saying?
I'm saying creation's not imperfect.
Oh, wait, so we exist in a perfect
Creation
world?
Creation was and is still perfect. That's what I'm saying. I don't understand. Why are you putting the blame on God
Watch this.
for something he didn't do?
Can I ask you a question? So you're saying we live in a perfect world?
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to explain this to you like you're a five-year-old, okay? Here it goes. So the world that we've created, that we have turned it into right now, is not perfect. The world itself, the creation of the earth itself, is perfect. We, you, me, your chat, the people across the seas in
But
China,
I said,
in Russia,
is existence perfect?
they made it imperfect.
Is existence?
The Grand Canyon has already been there.
Is existence, all things considered, perfect?
There. We decided to turn things that are perfect imperfect.
Is existence, all things considered, perfect? You gotta unmute your mic, man. Jade, thank you for the $5. Thank you.
Can you elaborate on that question, because it doesn't make sense as a question?
What was the question?
You said, is existence in all things perfect?
I said, is existence, all things considered, perfect?
What does that mean?
Taking it, is existence overall perfect?
Is existence overall perfect? But what do you mean? Is existence overall perfect? Like, what are you basing that off of?
God's views. Does God think existence overall is perfect?
Well, on the seventh day, God said that it is good.
So you're saying the world where millions of children starve to death every year is perfect?
Is that God's fault?
I'm not asking whose fault it is. I'm just asking, is it perfect?
No, you are asking. You're asking because you're angry at God. Is that God's fault?
I'm not angry at something that doesn't exist.
You're
I'm just saying
you're angry at God.
I'm not angry at something that doesn't exist.
You're angry at God. Is that his fault?
I'm not angry at something that doesn't exist.
Parker, you're angry at God because you think that he lets this happen. How is that God's fault?
Dude, you're not listening to me at all.
I don't think you're listening. Just like the billionaires of the world have the choice.
I have a question. How about this? How about this? Is there sin in the world?
Of course there is.
Okay. Is sin flaw? Like, is that a flaw within reality?
Sin is a flaw of the choice of man.
Okay, but so that means existence overall is not perfect because some aspects of existence are imperfect and flawed.
Ask that again.
Yeah, you agree with me that existence is imperfect because some aspects of existence have flaws. like sin.
All
Like sin is
aspects of
flawed.
existence is imperfect. Well, yes, when you're born into a sinful world.
Okay, perfect. So you agree that the world we exist in, right? The existence that we're in is imperfect. So again, the same. So I'm gonna say this one more time, and then I'm gonna kick you because you're in. Greg, I'm sorry. I get that you don't understand this right now. I want you to go back and watch this conversation later, and I want you to rethink this over and over again. I get it's really hard to deconstruct.
We made it imperfect.
I get it. Hey, I get it's really hard to deconstruct your religious views. I understand. It makes sense. Like, I used to be Christian. I used to go to church twice a week as a kid. Okay? I really wanted Christianity to be true for a huge portion of my life. I really wanted it to be true. The idea that you have in your head
So
that,
you're
like,
angry
I
at
just...
God.
No. Right? I actually have a really
Dude,
good...
you don't have to go to a therapist, man. You're angry at God. Just admit it. Because the world didn't turn out to be fairy tales and unicorns how you wanted it to be. So then you had to blame somebody that you can't see, that you can't touch, that you can't feel, someone who's not going to spit in your face, someone who's going to fight back at you. You're angry at that person, and you want to say they don't exist. Just admit it. You're an angry kid with an angry heart, with hate in your heart, and because it didn't turn out like how you said, I so wanted it to be how I felt. I so wanted it to be like that. But because you live in an imperfect world, you have an angry heart, and that's what it is. You want to blame someone that you can't see.
It doesn't sound like I'm the one that's angry. I get that you're projecting right now. I get that you're projecting right now, and that you're
not
angry, but you don't
at
have
all
to say that I'm...
whatsoever. I promise you I'm not angry.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
passionate
promise
about
you-
what I believe in.
I get you. I promise you that I'm not angry right now, and that the positions that I have are predicated
I
off
get
of
you
like
too.
reason and logic and critical thinking,
There's
and
hope for you,
that
man. There's hope.
and that the experiences I actually have.
We can honestly connect,
Can I
bro.
finish?
after
Can I
this,
finish
and I
speaking?
can teach you more,
Can
and I
I
can
finish
help you
speaking?
get over that angry heart you have. The anger you have in your heart, I can help you.
I'm not angry,
We can
dude.
connect, man. Honestly, like, for real, like we can connect, and I can, because you just said that you used to be a Christian. You have no reason why you're not a Christian anymore, and you literally just said yourself you wanted it so badly. Just everyone sing "Kumbaya" and hold hands and smoke the peace pipe around the fire. That's what you really wanted, and because you got hit with reality that that's not how the world is, because us as man has created the world to be like this. We made world turn out like this. So then you got angry, you got upset. Something happened in your life where you couldn't control, and the first thing you did was you stick your fist out the air and blame God, because no one blames anything else except for God. Because apparently God has it out for you. God has it out for all the children in the world who are starving and hungry. But for some reason, when something goes wrong in our life, we're the first to blame God, and when something goes good in our life, we're the first ones to praise God. There you go.
So I don't know where you made up that story in your mind. That never happened in my life. I actually don't have any experiences that were bad with Christianity. Growing up, I actually had really good experiences with my community and church. I never had a bad experience with the Christians in my church. I actually was really, really lucky in that. I don't have that type of trauma specifically that other people have, specifically associated with like religion. It was a lot easier for me to deconstruct because of that, I think. But like I don't think that
Where'd
like,
you
the
go
idea.
wrong?
Can I please finish? I don't think this idea here that like everyone who just disagrees with Christianity is just some angry person that is just trying to find the first person to blame, right? I'm just acknowledging from a reasonable and logical perspective that it doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so then you literally just laid out a foundation of how everything was so perfect and wonderful, so perfect and wonderful. Why'd you stop? What was the turning point in your life where you said, you know what? Screw you, God. I don't believe that you exist.
I never said it that way. I just said that like I can't reasonably identify this to be true based upon reason and logic, and I don't have any evidence to believe this. Those were like the original reasons.
So it was because of your own doubt, no
Yeah.
matter what was being taught to you, what was being taught to you, no matter the evidence from the Bible, from scholars, from historians,
There is no
matter the
evidence.
evidence.
Wait, I
You
never said.
just wanted
Hey,
to-
I never
you
said.
just wanted it to not
Why are you
exist.
so disingenuous, Greg? I said specifically
I'm
that I
not.
didn't. I said specifically that I didn't have evidence, not that I wasn't willing to accept it, no matter the level of evidence. Do you realize how that's disingenuous for you to like frame specifically my perspective as
Always
that?
realize.
I would actually go so far as to say that you're lying when you're doing that. When you specifically purposefully misrepresent what I had to say there, you're lying. You're sinning on the live right now by lying and saying that that's my position when you know that's not my position. I clarified multiple times to you in a very, very calm, peaceful, and thoughtful manner, and you decided to continually, purposefully misrepresent what I had to say, which is you lying. You're literally lying. Repent. I'm serious. I'm not trolling when I say this. Seriously, repent. If you believe it, repent.
One, I was not saying that, and I'm not lying about what you're saying. Okay? So let's just get that straight and clear.
Repent.
I'm asking you, I asked you, where did it all go wrong in your life? And then you said, because I couldn't prove it. I had no evidence.
Yeah, there was no good evidence for me to believe it. That's why. It wasn't because I was angry at God. It's because I didn't have evidence to believe it to be true.
Maybe you weren't angry then, but you're angry at God now by literally saying, if
I
God
don't
is
believe
perfect
God
and
exists.
powerful, why does he let millions of children starve?
Hey, dude.
You're blaming God when you could be blaming the people who aren't doing anything about it.
Hey man, you can blame both simultaneously. Did you know that?
Did
you know you can walk and chew gum at the same time?
What is that?
Yeah, I think as a society that we should feed everyone. And I think that we should blame humans for not specifically providing food for everyone. I think that that's an important aspect of society that we need to uphold, is that everyone has food to eat. So yes, I actually do blame humans for not providing food for people who need it. And I think that humans as a society, because we can't just do it individually, one of us. We have to do it as a society. Humans as a whole need to work together to do that.
Okay. And do you think that we have the ability to, as a world, to do that for each other?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. So then why are you saying if God is perfect, why does he let children starve?
Because he's all-knowing, all-powerful, all good. He has the ability to prevent it from happening. He knows it happens, and he chooses to create a world in which that happens. Also, God created our biology. Our biology operates in such a way in which we require food to survive in the very first place. God could have created our world in such a way in which we do not require food to survive. God could have created us without a hunger bar.
That's you're proving my point when I say that you're angry at God. It is God this. Why can God that? Why can God this? God could do this. God can do that. God can do
That's
this.
not
God can do
angry.
that.
That's just me thinking like otherwise. Like, I'm
That's-
sorry.
that's-
I'm
that's
not. Why do you think that
angry.
means how
Is
am
it-
I angry? How am I angry? I'm just saying that this doesn't make any sense.
Anger doesn't have to represent you screaming and yelling and punching the wall. You can have an angry heart, but show it as well, just like the Antichrist in the Bible. He's not going to come out guns blazing. He's not going to come out with tanks rolling down the street. Well, the first thing he's going to do is he's going to talk about world peace. He's going to say we should love each other. Let's have one world currency. Let's feed everyone all together. And then when everyone believes and buys this disgusting lie, after the 7 years, he's going to drop a literal nuke on the entire world. And then the world war that you've never seen will break out. Just because I'm saying that you're angry at him, it doesn't mean that I'm talking about you're going to go outside and start punching the earth. Anger can come in a peaceful fashion as a deception. So when I say you're angry at God,
When's the movie going to drop?
It already has Left Behind.
Come on, bro. Like,
dropped.
I'm serious. We have to have reason to believe things to be true. You can't just say that I'm angry because I disagree with your perspective. The fact that you're just trying, the fact that instead of the fact that intellectually you're not able to engage with my perspective,
where did they get that idea from?
Is problematic. I just want to let you know. I'll give you the best response I've ever heard to the point I brought up, and I'll tell you why I disagree with it, because you're clearly not providing me a response here. The best response is to say that there's a distinction.
You're not responding to me. You're not responding to what I said. You said, when's the movie going to drop? And I said, it did. There you go. What's your response to that?
It was a joke, you fucking idiot.
Okay, there we go. Ad hominems, that's perfect and wonderful. I love it. Anyways, go ahead.
He found a new thing to complain about.
The stage is yours. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just pointing it out. Stage is yours. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah. So
I
I'm sorry.
just told you,
I repent. I'm sorry I called you an idiot. I'm so sorry.
Okay. You just said that I'm not angry. I'm not angry. And I literally just gave you the perfect example of why anger is not always on the outward appearance of hitting things, punching things, hurting someone, screaming and yelling. I just told you that anger is also to be shown through a peaceful deceptive voice and demeanor. I literally just explained that to you. What's the response to that?
because you're literally
You
saying
didn't. I just described that you're an idiot because you said something that was incorrect and made no sense.
Your doubt and unbelief comes from anger towards God as to why he's not feeding the starving children in South Sudan.
He specifically wants to try so hard to act like I'm specifically angry at a thing that I don't believe exists. Okay, I don't believe God exists. I'm not angry at God because I don't believe God exists. I'm giving you a reasonable argument to say that it doesn't make sense for a perfect being to exist and to create these sets of conditions. Like, genuinely, it's a totally genuine question to say, why didn't God send us directly to have...
Create a set of conditions. He didn't create those conditions.
Yes, he did.
He created free will for us to decide what the conditions are. Oh my God, dude. Literally, a kindergartner can tell you this. He didn't create these imperfect conditions. He created man to decide what you want the world to live in is like. Perfect or not perfect. You choose. A gift that is forced is no gift at all. You can't call it a gift if you're forcing someone the gift. You give them the gift and they choose what they want. Do they want to return it and get the money that you spent on it? Do they want to use it? Do they want to break it? It's their choice. You can't be mad at me for giving you a gift and you fucking it up. God gave us creation. God gave us free will. He's letting us choose what we want to do with it. And that's why there's Christians, non-Christians, people who have come to their senses, people who are using logic. The Bible says, go out and teach the word to the entire world, to every creature, to every being. That's what people are doing. And just like you have the free will to say God doesn't exist.
Okay. I don't dispute free will exists. No one's disputing free will. I get that your defense to every single thing that I bring up is just going to be God created free will. But what you didn't understand is from the very first place of what I was demonstrating to you was that God had a choice to either create or to not create. Meaning that he knew the set of conditions of creating people with free will, other than himself with free will, by the way, was that it was going to entail a state of existence that is flawed. Okay? That's what he knew was going to happen, given that he chose to create rather than to not create. So what I'm telling you is that he led to there being flaws in existence because of the choices that he made. Although it was the case that it was indirectly caused by him, by specifically being caused by other people. I would argue directly because he knew it was going to happen, and he could have prevented it from happening by never creating the set of conditions where they would specifically do that in the very first place, knowingly, like for certain. He knows this all for certain. He has the power to prevent that for certain. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm saying it's contradictory. Like, it's not me being angry at God.
I do.
I don't believe God exists.
It's
simply
not.
is just that like I'm
It's
a
not
reasonable
contradictory.
person, and that I need there to be something that's logical in terms of an explanation. Otherwise, I'm not gonna believe it. And if
Right,
something is not logical,
Like I
I'm
just
not
said,
gonna
if
believe it.
If it's not sitting on the couch in front of you, you don't believe it.
That's not what
You
I'm
literally
saying.
just said that.
That's not what I said.
You literally just did. Oh my God, dude.
No, I didn't.
Man.
It doesn't have to be sitting in a couch in front of me for me to believe it.
Damn. Wow. That's crazy.
Okay. I don't know why you keep trying to frame my position as that. Is it like, I'm really trying to figure it out. Is this like a defense mechanism so that you don't have to intellectually engage with my arguments?
Okay. You're being disingenuous because I've been engaging in this intellectual argument this entire time. You called me the ad hominem first.
Yeah, I apologize for that.
So
I'm
so
really
by
sorry.
your logic, I'm not seeking forgiveness. I don't give a crap if you call me that. I'm trying to point out yet again your flawed logic and reasoning. You're saying that
You
I'm not
didn't.
engaging, but you're the first one to give the ad hominem.
That doesn't
So
mean that
at that point,
by the way,
when you're the first,
that was in response
in
to
an
you not
argument-
intellectually engaging, by the way.
honestly, I hate to call it a debate because honestly, this is just me just proving you wrong. When you're in this kind of setting, the first person to concede by calling the other person an ad hominem, the first person that does that just proven and showed that they have no response or reason behind what they're saying.
Okay, so Donald Trump has no response or reason behind what he's saying because he insulted every single person that he ran up against in the Republican primaries?
Okay. Well, dude, you know what? I hope that you have decent enough life insurance and health insurance for that pivot you just did. Like, I'm going to call State Farm right now to let them know that there is a personal injury from that kind of pivot.
He didn't look into a mirror, did he? And by the way, like, do you want to address that point? It was completely relevant because you brought up that very point. You said insulting people specifically, right, does this. By the way, you used that to pivot. That was your pivot. So I should be saying that to you.
What was my pivot?
Yeah, it was.
The hell?
You pivoted back to the fact that I insulted you earlier to deflect away from everything that I was talking about, from you not intellectually engaging with my points.
Incorrect. What you were saying, that was a response. I don't know if you know what a response means, but that was a response to what you were saying about me, saying I can't hold an intellectual conversation. So then I had to, point out that you were the one who decided to call me a fucking idiot first.
Can you spell economics?
That's what I was doing. Of course I can spell economics, but what's that going to prove?
Go ahead.
What's that going to prove?
Just go ahead. I'd love to hear. Can you spell economics?
ECONOMICS.
Okay. Can you spell Saturday?
SATURDAY.
Okay. Interesting. Wow. He got it. He got it. How many branches of government are there?
3.
What are they?
Judicial, executive, and legislative.
Can you name the 2 main aspects of the legislative branch?
No.
Okay. That's unfortunate. What is the legislative branch?
The legislative branch is, I'm going to assume, it's the one who brings legislation to the table for it to be Is there a place? Are we landing at any sort of place at this point, or you're just? I mean,
No,
I know I should know these things. I know I should know these things. I know I should, and unfortunately I don't. A lot of these things, and when I know I should.
Okay.
So the fact that now you're like, what's this? What's that? What's this? They're gonna start asking questions that, I get it. Everyone should know them, and it's unfortunate and kind of shame on them if they don't know it. So I'm saying shame on me for not knowing these answers. But is that what you do? Is that you're just going to pivot so hard and away from what we were talking about to now, how do you spell Saturday? How do you spell economics?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've had like a 30, 40-minute conversation with you about religion because I was literally demonstrating over an hour, by the way. I'm sorry. I've spent so much time on this chat.
It wasn't religion. About faith.
Yeah, that was religion. What's
religion? What's the definition of religion?
Belief in a higher power. Like a group of people that believe in a higher power.
Okay. See, I don't have a religion. I have a faith, because a religion has certain aspects and criterias. In order for you to follow that, whatever religion denomination that you follow and believe in, like Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventist, you have
I have a question.
Those are religions because they have actions that you need to follow in order to be quote unquote holy or accepted by God.
Sure, I have a question. Is Christianity a religion?
Is Christianity a religion? It falls under the religious aspect. What I'm saying for me, I'm not a religious person. I have faith.
You just believe in a religion. You're not a religious person. You just believe in a religion.
I don't believe in a religion.
You don't believe in. You don't.
There's a legit difference, dude. Like honestly, there's a legit difference. I'm sorry if you don't understand it.
What's the difference between belief and faith?
Having faith is believing something that's unseen.
Wait, so now you don't have evidence? Now you admit that you don't have evidence?
Did I ever at any point say that I have physical evidence?
Wow, dude. dude. You were claiming that the Bible was evidence.
What are you talking about? Are we talking about God's existence? You're saying I don't have evidence. I don't have evidence for what? Make something specific. I don't have evidence for what? What specifically? You're sitting there, you're trying to think, dude, you're not cute, man. Honestly, you're not cute. What is it I don't have specific evidence for?
I don't know. My girlfriend thinks I'm pretty cute.
Anyways, what specifically are you saying that I don't have evidence for? You're saying you just said you had evidence. What did I say I had evidence for?
What's up? I said you said that you don't have evidence for your religious beliefs because it is the case that you have faith, which is belief in the unseen, which is what you were trying to say, belief without evidence.
Belief in the unseen doesn't. Wow, dude, you really are. You can take literally an atom. You can take an atom and you can turn it into Mount Everest.
You're mad, bro. Tip, thank you so much for the $10. Gerard, thank you so much. I appreciate the $6.66. Thank you so much, Gerard. I really appreciate the $6.66. Thank you so much. Robert, thank you so much for the $15. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Tip, thank you so much for the $25. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Give some W's for Tip in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, Tip. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Kimber, thank you so much for the $5 as well. Kimber, thank you so much. Give some W's for Kimber in the comment section right now. Sierra, thank you so much for the $2. Your fave, thank you so much for the $1. Yes, you're soon. Thank you, thank you. Jay with the $50 on PayPal. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I did see. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Get some W's for Jay in the comment section for the $50 on PayPal. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Jay. W's for Jay in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. True. You know, I had a good time arguing this other than like the fact that he was insufferable. Milwaukee, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Libby, thank you so much for the $5. Rue, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Rue. Thank you so much. Delise, again, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. All right. All right, Greg. You should unmute.
I haven't even muted.
You muted yourself. Or it must have been the devil.
I don't have anything connected. I'm using the phone speaker, so if it keeps cutting out muting, it's because you tell me to turn my microphone on.
Lauren, thank you so much for the $6.66. Thank you so much. For the No God fan club dues. How do you think that's, are you there, man?
Yeah, I've been here. I'm not going anywhere.
You don't care about that?
Don't care about what?
You didn't even realize that it happened?
Jesus said that if they hate you, just know they hated me first. So nothing that you can say.
Marie, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $9.99 up, downward. Thank you so much for, I believe in science in the sense that I can understand most of it myself because theories can be established through experiments. Faith would be that I believe in scientists when they didn't exist. For real. Connor, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. And Lauren, again, thank you for the $6.66. Thank you. Go ahead.
What I want to know is, I really want to know is why is it, like when you read that chat that said about science and all that, why would you and other people believe so heavily on science and say, oh, these are scientists, they're smart people, they know what they're talking about, just because it's maybe a little tiny bit more modern than believing in what the Bible says? And so when someone who's actually done a deep dive, someone who's done years and years and years and years upon years of research, more than these little scientists, we discredit them and say what they're saying is not true. But then we say, oh, the scientists who said that mammoths existed, and oh, look, we found this
hey, dude.
fossil from 17 billion years ago.
Hey, dude, I just want to know, there are Christians that believe in science, okay? Science is not necessarily contradictory to religion.
Oh, I know that. And that's, oh my God, dude. See,
like
you say I'm being disingenuous. You're saying I'm being disingenuous. That's not what I even said at all. That's not even near what I said.
Jay Slim, thank you so much for $5. Thank you. Man, and thank you so much. I appreciate the $3.16. Megan, thank you for the $1.11. Thank you. Yes, this is the place to donate to the Church of Satan. That's diabolical.
That doesn't make me upset. I don't. Why would that make me upset? I mean, that doesn't make me upset.
Really, it sounds like you're upset.
I feel bad actually for you guys. You know, I really do. It's not about. I'm not angry at you or them. I'm not. It's.
You sound pretty angry.
And honestly, it's just pity. It's just pity. Like, I feel bad for you guys.
You sound pretty angry.
You guys don't know the truth. You don't understand the truth, and you can't. Just like like my sister-in-law, right? She's homeless, right? When I brought her in last month to live with my wife and I, and she kept going back to the streets, back to the streets, back to the streets.
Wait.
And what?
Do you agree that we should specifically provide social services to ensure that no one has to go without a house?
Well, can I finish what I was saying? Because I was getting to that point.
Sure.
So, my sister-in-law, she's currently homeless, and she's on DRUGs, like heavily. We brought her in on July 5th, which was her birthday, and she lived with us for 21 days. And in those 21 days, we explained to her, we took her an hour away from where she used to be, you know, Palmdale. I live in Kern County. I live in Tehachapi. She's currently homeless in Palmdale currently. We took her away from that life, provided her with an escape. I said, look, we'll help you find a job, all this and that, anything you can imagine. She decides to go back every other day to Palmdale to do DRUGs and stay there overnight. We just provided you.
Like, I'm confused why you're telling me this.
Because you asked me about the homeless thing.
I think you originally brought this up.
Well, now I can't remember why I brought it up. I know it was a good reason too. I know there was a good reason.
Okay.
I can't remember it now either because I promised you there was a good reason, and now I can't remember why I brought it up. I have to think about it.
Okay, that's all right. Is there anything else you want to bring up before I go on to the next person? Kimber, thank you for the $6.68. Ken, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Rodney, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. Stella, I appreciate the $10. Thank you so much, Stella. I really appreciate it. Absolutely. And London with the $50 for science. Thank you so much, London. I really appreciate it. Get some W's for London in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, London. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
I remember now what I was just saying. What I was saying was based off.
Actually, can I go back to politics?
I mean, yeah, you're not going to be able to get a very great conversation out of me. I mean, I'll try my best, but.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't necessarily saying I would talk to you, but, like the point that I was making is that like we've had a way too long conversation about religion. I kind of let this go on way longer than I should have, to be totally honest. If you'd like to say something about politics, I will let you, but otherwise I'd want to go on to the next person.
It's about Trump. Just one question. So I hear, like, I listen to you, I listen to Dean, I listen to Polly, and when I hear and I listen to you guys, all you talk about is what Trump said to what's his face about the whole pageant thing. What's that guy's name? Howard Stern. I hear you guys talk about he said this, he said that. My question is, when someone says something, because you're bringing up that clip from 2005, and he's never said something like that ever again that we know of, or that there's what you like to say is evidence for. So would you not say that maybe his mentality changed since then? Just like a certain someone who you side with said a certain word back when he was 14, and he's never said it again or done it again, and all of a sudden now he can be reformed and changed, but someone who said something even longer ago, apparently they can't, even though they've never said it again or done it again?
Dean's demonstrated reform and change, right? Donald Trump hasn't.
How do you know? Because he hasn't said it publicly to your face or on a camera, or...
No, because he never acknowledged his past behavior.
What's your evidence? Who are you to say that he hasn't, though?
He hasn't demonstrated that to anyone? I can't.
Because he didn't go on a podcast or say it on a live that, I'm so sorry, how can you judge him for something he said 20 years ago and assume that's how he still is or how he still thinks?
Wait,
But yet someone who says
wait,
therefore
sorry to clarify.
foolishness.
Sorry to clarify. What did he say 20 years ago that you were referencing? I apologize.
The whole thing with Howard Stern about the pageant and all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
All
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I absolutely will hold him
accountable
accountable because one, right? Donald Trump specifically. This
Well,
is
being
something he
accountable.
never acknowledged in terms of his behavior. He's never advocated against this. He's continued his misogynistic behavior in the future. And it is the case that I don't think that these are certain things you can come back from. I mean, he's bragging about walking into the changing rooms of people who are naked without their consent. Like, I think that's fucking crazy, right?
So because Donald Trump did it, but in Vegas with all the showgirls, when literally the staff is men and women, and there's a bunch of walking walking back and forth.
He said no
If
men are
you
there.
as an the lady was 18.
He said
if
no
you
men
put
are
your-
around. He said no men are around.
If-
That's what he said.
Okay, that no men are around. So what does that mean? No men are around because they're not physically there. They could have been doing a million different things. Okay, they're not right there at that moment. So you're, like I said, you're reading into it. You're taking it. You're reading in. I'm not gonna say taking it out of context because I heard what he said. I did my own research. She was 18, the girl who complained and brought this up a month before the election. So crazy. Yeah, victims wait decades to come out. Yeah, a month before the guy's election. Come on, dude. Let's be real for once here. Let's live in reality. Okay?
It's
So,
like
if you're
any point in
18,
which they
if
come
you're
out.
18,
I mean,
you're
there are
over legal
there are
age of
victims.
consent.
There are victims that have come out against Donald Trump going back into the 70s. Why don't you address any of those?
There's victims that have come out against people who become famous and do it all the time. It's just because he's
So
president.
again,
you're
any
holding
victim
him-
that comes out
you're
against
holding
Donald Trump,
him at a higher account.
any victim that comes out against Donald Trump, you're not going to believe, regardless of the level of evidence. So it's actually crazy that you sit there and you said to me that I won't believe religious claims, regardless of the level of evidence, when you won't fucking believe any great victims. This pisses me off. This pisses me off so fucking much because you're willing to believe based upon faith, based upon no fucking evidence that Jesus rose from the dead, turned fucking water into wine, walked on water, but you're not willing to believe a great victim was assaulted by a guy that bragged about walking into the changing rooms of people without their consent while they were changing and naked, right? Where an 18-year-old came out, so there was 4 girls as young as 15 years old, who said he would date his daughter if it wasn't his daughter, who said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, right? Who called his daughter voluptuous, which means curvy and sexually attractive, who said he had sex in common with his daughter, who said that Epstein was a terrific guy and likes beautiful women as much as he does, many of them on the younger side. I can go on a million things. This guy's a fucking horrible person. He's continued this behavior, and yet you still sit there and you defend it. He hasn't apologized for this. He hasn't acknowledged it.
Oh, what? What is it? All I hear is you talking.
Do you have a response?
Response to what? All I heard was you yelling and talking. You're so fucking mad. You were just so fucking mad. I couldn't hear you because you're so fucking mad. What is it? What is it?
You could have heard what I said, but you're so pissed off that you can't even hear what I'm saying.
I'm not, see, you keep thinking I'm pissed off. I'm matching you, dude. I'm literally matching you.
No, you're
This
not.
is exactly what you do.
You're not
You got
matching
so
me.
offended, so mad because you said I don't believe a great victim. When did I say that, dude? When did I say that?
You just did.
Okay. Play it back. When did I say? Go ahead.
Okay.
Play it back. Play it back. When did I say I don't believe her?
Really appreciate some W's for London in the comment section. All right.
Taking it, you're reading in. I'm not gonna say taking it out of context because I heard what he said. I did my own research. She was 18, the girl who complained and brought this up a month before the election. So crazy. Yeah, victims wait decades to come out. Yeah, a month before the guy's election. Come on, dude. Let's be real for once here. Let's live in reality. Okay.
It's
So,
like
if you're
any point in
18,
which they
if
come
you're
out.
18,
I mean,
you're
there
over legal
are
age of
victims.
consent.
There are victims that have come out against Donald Trump going back into the 70s. Why don't you address any of those?
There's victims that have come out against people who become famous and do it all the time. It's just because he's
So
president.
again,
you're
any
holding
victim
him-
that comes out
you're
against
holding
Donald Trump,
him at a higher account.
any victim that comes out against Donald Trump, you're not going to believe, regardless of the level of evidence. So it's actually crazy that you sit there and you said to me, he said
Hold
no
on.
men are around. That's what he said.
Okay, that no men are around. So what does that mean? No men are around because they're not physically there.
I was bringing up all of the cases. I told you that there were people specifically that were victims that came out since the 70s, and you just disputed it, saying that every single person that came out against him was just specifically because he was a rich person. So that's you disputing based upon no basis in
Yet
reason or
again, I'm
evidence.
not surprised you're being disingenuous. I never said that. I never said because he became famous. I said there are so many people out there, been doing men and women. Okay, they're not right there at that moment. So you're, like I said, you're reading into it. You're taking it. You're reading it. I'm not gonna say taking it out of context because I heard what he said. I did my own research. She was 18, the girl who complained and brought this up a month before the election. So crazy. Yeah, victims wait decades to come out. Yeah, a month before the guy's election. Come on, dude. Let's be real for once here. Let's live in reality. Okay?
It's like any point in which they come out. I mean, there are victims. There are victims that have come out against Donald Trump going back into the 70s. Why don't you address any of that?
There's victims that have come out against people who become famous and do it all the time. It's just because he's
So
president.
again, any victim that comes out against Donald Trump,
at a higher account.
any victim that comes out against, that was what you said specifically to dispute it. You were trying to demean it because it was after a conversation where you were disputing it. I can keep playing that if you'd like, but everyone knows that's exactly what you were doing. You were trying to dispute it.
In any of that, did I say that she wasn't right or I was not believing her? Where? I'm bringing you facts, and when I said she was 18, it brings up month before election, I might have gotten those two things put together. I was having two separate conversations. When I was saying that she was 18 at the time in the pageant, when apparently he walked in on her, and like I said, she brings it up way later I was so offended
you're
by
trying you're trying to bring up those points to act like it's less likely to happen.
That's like someone who does.
You're trying to bring up these points to act like it's less likely to happen because of it. So you brought them up as a point to dispute it. Everyone can see that who has a working brain, right, in the context of the live stream. Marty, thank you so much for the $4.20. Thank you so much. Maybe at least. I mean, some was today. Alec, thank you so much. I appreciate the $3. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Ken with the $2 again. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Belzian, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Belzian. Thank you. Give me some W's for Belzian in the comment section right now. Thank you. And Dumbest, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you. You there, Greg? You can unmute.
It's not me muting, dude. It's the thing saying that.
Yeah, no, it seems like you're just muting yourself.
I'm not muting myself. I have no headphones on, and it keeps saying, please turn my microphone when I'm not touching it for so long.
Hey, dude,
but I don't know what. That's literally besides the point.
That's you muting yourself. That's you muting yourself. I don't know why you're muting yourself.
Hello, I can't help it if I don't have a headphone in right now. What I was saying is, she's at this pageant she's 18, which is past legal age of consent. She's decided to be there at that pageant, but all of a sudden she puts herself in those situations where in reality at a pageant, what kind of pageant was it?
Miss Teen USA.
What kind of pageant was it? Okay, you're displaying yourself in a way to the world. You're putting yourself, dude, don't give me that face. Well, you are reading so into it when you're not supposed to. Just like the chat when I said God created man for his own pleasure. People are like, oh, that's so sick. You're a bunch of perverts. That's what you are. Have a clean mind for one.
Says you. You're supporting a pervert. Again, we're talking about 4 girls as young as 15 years old. And you're really blaming the people involved in the pageant for Donald Trump perving on them? That's victim blaming again. You continually victim blame. Continually, over and over again. And why did you mute yourself again, Greg?
I'm not muting myself, dude. I keep telling you this.
You just muted yourself.
I'm holding my phone. How am I muting myself? Stop bringing it up and address what I'm saying.
Dude, you're just, I don't know. He keeps muting himself.
Because you keep reading into it of what I'm saying. I'm not victim blaming. I'm not saying I don't believe her. I'm not saying she was wrong for saying what she did. But you were over here trying to crucify someone that said something 20 years ago, but all of a sudden he can't reform. But when Dean says something discolored,
so yeah, we can point to again how Dean has specifically constructively acknowledged his behavior and progressed as a person over time, and we can point to the particular changes in behavior that he specifically has. Whereas if you want to reference Donald Trump, that hasn't happened. That hasn't happened at all. And why did you mute yourself again, bro?
I'm not
So
muting
weird.
myself.
You
You're muting me.
dude, you just muted yourself again.
You're muting me. I'm not. Why would if I want to be heard? Why would I mute myself?
I don't know. I don't know why you're muting yourself. It's
What you're
not
saying
me,
is
dude.
what you're saying is because Dean jumped in front of a camera and gave us the crocodile tears and said, "Oh, I did this. I'm so sorry." So what? Donald Trump all of a sudden he says something discolored on a shock talk
What do you, wait,
comedy show.
what do you mean by quote unquote discolored? What does that mean?
Discolored means
Yes.
like it's foggy. It's gray. You look it up.
Why can't you just
When
say?
you say something discolored, it means distasteful.
Okay,
To your
okay.
entire chat who's gonna think I'm a racist now, you're a bunch of fucking idiots. You can look up what discolored means. Yes, I'm
Well, I
using
mean, you,
words you've never heard
support
because
you
they're on
support
TikTok.
you support a racist, so that is true.
Oh my god! Now, what basis do you have for any of this?
Donald Trump didn't rent to black people in the 1970s. He called for the execution of the Central Park Five and continued to do so even after they were exonerated based upon DNA evidence. He popularized the birther movement, saying that Barack Obama was born in Kenya to undermine him being president of the United States. He also specifically said that Kamala Harris turned black, indicating that she wasn't black prior. I mean, you can sit there and you can say that he's not a racist. You think that what I'm saying is ridiculous, but the evidence points to the fact that he is a racist.
Sorry, 1 second, texting.
I thought he muted himself again, Parker.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Nope, didn't be on my phone. Nope, I'm just texting my wife right now. 1 second.
All right, for sure, for sure.
Anyways, so when you're saying, okay, I'm not going to defend that. Okay, like I don't know everything you're saying. Obviously, I've heard it's the same talking points over and over and over again. Okay, and I'm not going to try and justify or defend him for what he said that time ago. So that's the wrong argument we're having here. You know, but you're saying I'm supporting a racist. But yet you've given nothing to show or prove or point out that he's actually racist.
May I? Can I
Go
just
ahead.
get a second? Well, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Parker, the host.
Absolutely.
Why would I,
Well, I wasn't talking
why
to
would
you
I
either,
ask you for
actually. That's
permission?
crazy.
So like this is the thing, right? As I'm sitting here enjoying my coffee, listening to Parker cook, he has clearly explained multiple levels why one, what Dean did as a younger person, it directly actually contradicts what Donald Trump is and has done, right? I mean, there's a huge difference between saying and doing certain things, realizing that basically you fucked up and then taking accountability for it. That's what we have seen from Dean, right? We've seen the growth and him actually develop as a young man into a man whose 21st birthday is today. Now, the difference between that and what Donald Trump is doing, yes, Parker laid out multiple instances of Donald Trump being racist, which he is. He's an active racist, right? Donald Trump has done all the things that Parker just told you about, but literally, you can even keep it as far as just 2024 and Donald Trump putting the life of black people in jeopardy. And I'm not just talking about Haitian black people, but I'm talking about black people in general. When he said that they're eating the cats and dogs in Springfield, Ohio, this put a target on all of black people back because most people can't tell the difference
So
between.
ridiculous.
Okay. Hey, what am I?
That's so ridiculous.
Sure,
Dude,
hold on.
there's
Greg,
been
Greg.
multiple accounts.
Hey, Greg,
There's been
focus
multiple-
for a second. Focus for a
He
second.
looks like he just muted himself again.
Yeah, he did. Greg, am I Ethiopian? Am I Nigerian? Am I from Ghana? Am I Black American? What am I?
He's got to unmute himself because he's just muting himself over and over again.
Greg, what am I? Am I Ethiopian? Am I Nigerian? Am I? No. Answer the question.
There's been multiple
Greg,
people, and I've
just
seen
answer the
multiple
question.
interviews of
Greg,
people
answer
who
the
are
question.
confirming what those Haitians were
Greg,
doing.
Greg, can
Okay,
you
just
answer the
because
question?
You don't want to believe it
That's
doesn't
not
make
true.
it
That's not true, by the way, Greg.
It's not.
Greg, you need to respond to what Santana is saying, but also what you're saying is literally just wrong.
It is.
It's
But
literally
Greg,
just wrong. Dude, how is it an
Greg,
argument?
can we keep
Yo,
it simple?
Parker, you said that McDonald's is
Greg,
healthy for you. That's
can
literally
we keep
just
it
wrong.
simple and you just answer the question?
Parker, you said that McDonald's is healthy for you. That's
Greg,
literally just wrong. That's not.
Greg,
That's
can
not
you-
an argument. That's not an
Greg,
argument.
can you keep it simple and just
You
answer
never
the
provided
question,
any
please?
evidence to that. You just said that the people were saying this, which was not proven to be true. There's
I
no
literally
source of
just
But
told you that
listen
I
to
saw
Santana.
multiple interviews.
Go ahead. Listen to Santana.
Greg, simple question. Can you tell where am I from? Am I Ethiopian? Am I Nigerian? Am I South African? Am I Black American? What? Am I Haitian? Can you tell just by looking at me where I'm from and what I am? You have to unmute yourself, Greg.
This thing is so annoying. I have absolutely no clue.
Perfect. And that's the point. Donald Trump, by perpetuating the myth, and which we'll get into the myth in just a moment, but just by him saying that, put a target on all of Black people back, because most people can't tell the difference as far as what Black people are from where. So by him saying that the quote unquote, you literally just said that you couldn't do it.
That's you living in your own victim mentality mind.
How is that a victim mentality when you literally just said, you just proved my point.
You live your life thinking there's a target on your back.
Greg,
and that's how
how
you're
did
gonna
I
live
just
your
put
life.
a target on my back?
Just
Greg.
like when people say that you project the energy that you feel and you express.
Okay, now I'm going to mute you because now you're just talking stupid. The simple fact of the matter is most people can't tell the difference as far as where people are from. And that's why when Donald Trump said the Haitians were eating the cats and dogs, there were Black people in Springfield, Ohio, not Haitians, that were targeted, because people can't actually tell the difference as far as the different Black people. Now, Donald Trump actually repeated something that was false, that was actually shot down by not only the citizens of Springfield, Ohio, but the mayor, the governor, and the other senator in Ohio, which all are Republicans. Literally everyone said that was not true, except Donald Trump kept saying it because it was convenient for him to say it. Now, if you want to talk about where it started from a lady who called the police and thought that her cat was actually ate by her Haitian neighbors. And then 2 days later, she actually found her cat in her basement. And then she called the police back and say, actually, they didn't do it. The cat's here. Now, the thing is, and she's actually gone on record and saying by the time that she was able to get ahead of this, the story was already blown up. And Donald Trump had pushed it out so far that everyone kept believing it. And you can even talk about the videos as far as like the people with the geese in the park and all this other stuff that wasn't in Springfield, Ohio. And it was also a white woman that was actually doing that. So again, all of these were lies that were perpetuated by Donald Trump, which put a target on different Black people's back, because people like you, Greg, can't tell the difference between Black people. We all look the same to you.
See, now you're being disingenuous by pointing me out to be that kind of person that I am. I never brought up the race card or the race issue. You and your
listen.
You asked me a question, dude.
Exactly.
I swear,
and you said you can't tell the difference. So am I wrong?
Mindset.
Am I wrong?
You live like a.
Am I wrong?
So
am I wrong?
What do you mean? Are you wrong? But
you said that you couldn't tell the difference. You could not tell what type of Black person I was.
I never said I couldn't tell what kind of Black person you were.
I literally said.
Asked me what you.
And you said you don't know.
What am I? I said I have no clue.
Okay, that means.
I said I have no clue because you're asking me what are you. To me, you're a human being, just like I am, just like Parker is. Yeah, you're asking me a disingenuous question to try and trap me. So then you can then bring your phallus logic on top.
Just because I'm pointing out your because I'm
saying that put a target on all the Black people's backs. Bro, what world are you living in that it put a target? I didn't.
Hey, Greg, I don't want to keep talking over each other, so I'm going to let you speak. But Greg, I'm just going to say, once you finish, I get to speak, and I don't want you to interrupt me. The floor is yours.
Speaking.
Sure. I'm just FYI. Just FYI, I'm not going to speak over you. Please don't speak over me anymore. I don't want to do this. I want to actually have a conversation. So the floor is yours.
What I'm saying is that you brought up and said that put a target on Black people's backs. There is no one except for you and maybe other people who had that same kind of mindset that thought that way. I never said, oh, Haitians are apparently eating dogs and cats in the streets. I felt bad for the animals if they were being harmed. Because I know that animals go through, I don't want to say the ABUSE word. I'm trying to be careful here. And I know animals go through lots of things by many different people. I don't care what race or type of person it is doing it. So no, I didn't think all of a sudden, oh, these Haitians, we got to get them out of there. Oh, this is ridiculous. Or I see a Black person here because I'm in California. I'm not saying, oh, look at this Black person. They probably agree with that, what these Haitians are doing. Come on, man.
Okay.
That's so ridiculous, dude. No one
Okay,
thought
wait,
that of
Greg,
black.
Greg, literally,
Nobody.
okay, my turn now, because you were rambling. So,
Go ahead.
sure.
I'm
Yes,
not rambling. Just because it's my
Greg,
point of view
okay.
doesn't mean it's rambling. What
Holy
you're doing
shit,
to me
I
is
sat
rambling.
quietly
But am I
waiting
saying
for
it?
you.
And
All
I
right.
sat quietly waiting for you the first time. So what is your
Cry harder in silence. Literally, yes, it was a target put on black people back in Springfield, Ohio, because again, there were black people that were targeted and people thought that they were Haitian. And so they specifically started harassing different black people.
No one
in-
thought that way. Nobody thought that way.
That you're listen.
Nobody thought that way, bro.
I
So
literally
fucking
just sat
weird.
there quietly and let you ramble.
Come back to Earth. Nobody thought that way. No one except for you
Greg,
thought that
I
way.
understand. I understand that you're fragile right now. I get it. You're
second-
having an amygdala response where you hear something that is pushing your concept of reality and it's frightening you and it's triggering your fight or flight response. And right now you're trying to actually run instead of just being quiet and letting me speak. I sat there and let you speak. Please let me finish what I'm saying. Please let me finish
Dude,
what I'm
you know
saying.
what? Go ahead, man.
Perfect.
Yo,
So,
bro,
again,
stop muting me, dog. Like, honestly, like, that's so childish.
You're,
Stop
you're
muting
muting
me.
yourself. You're
Crying.
literally muting yourself, dude.
I'm not
So
muting
again,
myself.
what actually
Yes, you are.
happened, and I'm not even talking to the chat anymore. I'm sorry, I'm not even talking to Greg anymore. I'm talking to the chat. So chat, what actually happened was black people in Springfield, Ohio were targeted specifically by the people who thought that they were just Haitians, right? And even more so, there were bomb threats that were called into schools where Haitian kids were known to live. The churches were targeted as well, and also the different Haitian businesses in Springfield, Ohio. So yes, people that were black and Haitian people, which, you know, Haitian people can be black, were specifically targeted because of the actual lie that Donald Trump perpetuated. So I don't know about Greg. I can't speak for Greg specifically, but in reality, those black people in Springfield, Ohio felt the repercussions of what Donald Trump kept saying.
He's got to unmute himself because he kept muting himself.
I'm literally not muting myself. I literally keep telling you that. I don't know why you keep saying that, but whatever at this point.
Dude, I'm serious. Like it's you muting yourself. I'm not muting you.
And I keep telling you I'm not muting myself. Why would I want to mute myself? I keep telling you this, but
I don't know, man. That's really weird that you keep muting yourself. Marie, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Grateful with the $44.20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Rue, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Get some W's for them in the comment section right now.
Greg, would you like to respond to anything that I said about the actual documented harassment of black people in Springfield, Ohio, and also the bomb threats at the schools and the churches of Haitians and black people after Donald Trump kept perpetuating that? You're not muted now, so.
I know. I'm just sitting here. I'm wondering, like, I'm just still trying to comprehend what it is you're saying.
Okay, so listen one more time. I'm going to make it simple.
I heard you the first time. I don't need you to repeat yourself. I heard you the first time.
Okay.
So what is it? What response are you looking from me? Because I didn't bring any of this up. You did.
Okay, sure. I'll make the point. Donald Trump, through his
Who
racism,
wasn't president in 2024 when this was going on, right? Go ahead,
Sure.
correct.
Donald Trump, through his racism,
Under whose
actually
administration was this? Under Joe Biden, Kamala Harris. That's fine. Go ahead.
What does
They didn't
Donald
do-
Trump
they didn't
being
do anything-
racist
they
under
didn't
Joe
do
Biden
anything
have to
about
do with
the Haitian-
anything?
They didn't do anything about the Haitian invasion. So go ahead.
There was
You're
no
correct.
Haitian
Go ahead.
invasion. They were.
Go ahead. You're right.
They're
To you-
literally
to
okay.
you,
So
there
again, I'm
wasn't,
going to
but
talk to the
to you,
chat
there wasn't-
for a second here. Chat. So if anyone doesn't actually know what happened in Springfield, Ohio, Springfield, Ohio was actually a city that was dying,
somewhere else,
and so what
honestly.
they actually did was took advantage of a program where they were able to actually give work visas to these Haitian immigrants that came in and revitalized their city. They were able to actually come in and work a bunch of jobs that people didn't want to work. There were people leaving Springfield, Ohio. They saved the city, saved the economy, and then added to it by opening up their own businesses. And so they were literally here with a work visa from the federal government. It was a federal government program that was put in place that Springfield, Ohio took advantage of. So literally, the Haitian migrants saved this United States city and economy. That's why they were here. There was no invasion. They were literally invited.
That's wild work, dude. Honestly, like, dude, your rhetoric about these things is so ridiculous. I can't even.
Can you tell me what I said that was false?
Literally everything you said was false, dude.
Sure. Can you prove that
You're
what
discrediting.
I said was false?
So you have no problem talking about the people invading.
Can you prove
but
what
you
I
wanna
said was false
discredit-
about the
you
federal
want,
program?
You want to discredit the people who are actually being affected by it in a negative way.
Can you prove what I just said about the federal program was false?
No, I can't prove that.
Exactly, because it wasn't. It's actually documented.
No, because I haven't done research.
Yeah,
Trust me, I'm not believing you.
Sure.
I'm just saying because I haven't done my research, and I
Go back
will.
and do your research, but until then, you
I
can
absolutely will. You can guarantee
until
that.
then, you can continue to demonstrate what you know. So now, Greg, with that being said, would you like to respond to the fact that Donald Trump actually said all of those racist things that perpetuated and put black people in jeopardy, and literally it showed through the actual threats that black people received, and also the bomb threats that were called into black churches, schools, and Haitian churches and schools?
All because of what Trump said, right?
Yes.
So you're saying this all happened because of something he
started
said.
after Donald Trump said it.
Oh, it started
None
after
of this
he
happened.
said it.
None
right.
of this happened before
Okay.
he
I
said
swear, dude. It's just like he said. He could find the cure to cancer, and you people will still find the bad in it. I'm not even kidding.
Okay,
like, this
Greg,
is so
can I ask you a
ridiculous, dude.
question?
He
Greg, can I
says
ask you a
something,
question?
and he says something, and the world fucking collapses.
He could be held civilly liable of sexual abuse, brag about walking the changing rooms of people without their consent while they're changing and naked, and you would still defend him. Oh, wait, you fucking do. Oh, he could literally pardon violent rioters that beat police officers, were convicted of it, admitted to it themselves, defended themselves, and also some were caught on video doing that, and you'd still defend him. Oh, wait, you do. He could call for the termination of the Constitution, all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, and you'd still support him. Right? He could defund cancer research, and you'd still support him. He could defund the VA, and you'd still support him. He could cut 420,000 children off of free school lunch and free school breakfast, and you'd still support him. He could cut 10 million people off their health insurance, and you'd still support him. He could cut 2.5 million people off the health insurance, off their food stamps, and you'd still support him.
Bad faith.
You would still support him.
Never said I agree with that. Never said it one time. I didn't say that I agree with.
Yeah, he wouldn't support him if that were true. Yet every single thing that I just said was true.
Just how I know there was a proven plan by the Democratic Party. That one guy who was telling people to charge the gate, he was telling people to charge the barricade, and there's actual.
We're talking about violent rioters that were literally assaulting police officers that Donald Trump pardoned himself. Okay, buddy? If Donald Trump didn't want the violence, please explain to me why that happened. Also, I'm sorry. Everyone told me to be louder on YouTube. Maybe I was a little bit louder.
Let's just discredit that, right? Let's just not point that out. I never said that people storming the Capitol. I never said that was a bad. I never said that was a good thing. Sorry, I never said that was a good thing. For whatever conversation we were having, and if I ever at any point said that, it's false because I never said. And you can rewind it. I never said what they did was a good thing. I never said that. So stop saying that I'm condoning that. You're bringing that up, not me. I never once said that.
You would still support him, and you'd still vote for him, and you'd still defend him, right?
You're making it seem like it's some I can't say his name. From the 1940s, like he's AH or something. You're talking as if that's who we're supporting.
No, that was actually your own vice president said that, not me.
You're talking as if that's who we're supporting here.
Wait, no,
That's
your next presidential candidate said that the previous presidential candidate might be the next America's Hitler. Or might be America's next Hitler. That's what JD Vance said.
How long ago was it when he said that?
Does that matter?
How long ago was it when he said that?
He said that at one point.
And at what point? When was that? At what?
He said that at some point in his life.
Yes.
Tatsy, thank you so much for the $10. Emily with the $10, thank you. London with the $5, thank you so much, London. I appreciate it, thank you.
Exactly. Keep running, Parker. Keep running.
How am I running?
Besides whatever cereal,
Anna, thank you for the $5. Nico with the $5. Thank you, Nico. NGC, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. Donald with the $20. Thank you.
Say that?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Marie, thank you for the $6.
When did
68
JD
cents. Thank
Vance
you.
say that? I'm not saying he didn't say it. I'm asking when.
Watch this perfect rage bait. Everyone, watch this.
I'm not rage baiting. I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm asking you.
I would really like for you to stop being a man child. Like, I don't understand why you don't have emotional regulation. How
Santana,
old
I
are
wasn't
you?
speaking to you,
Are
but anyways,
2 years
when did
old?
JD Vance say this?
Sure, Greg, listen.
When did
I'm
JD
sorry.
Vance say
Can
this?
you-
At some point in his life.
He did. Greg, can you act your age? I don't know. Parker, he has to be at least 18, right?
Yeah, he is well over 18. I forget how old it was. I think he might have said like in his 30s.
Okay.
Or something.
Perfect. Greg, like, seriously, how about we be adults, right? Because I don't know what it is, but for some reason you're unable to actually have any type of emotional regulation. And I didn't come up here to yell back and forth. I have no interest in yelling at you right now. I would love to actually have a real conversation with you and even give some information to the chat. But for some reason, you are hell-bent on crashing out. I understand that, yes, we are targeting your Cheeto in chief. Yes, we're talking about your Mango Mussolini. Yes, we are literally up here talking about your Mandarin Messiah. But all I am saying is have some type of emotional regulation.
Dude,
We
you are so
understand-
annoying,
we
man. You keep
understand-
talking and talking and
listen,
talking
Greg,
and talking,
Greg,
man.
We understand.
Dude,
that
you keep
are
speaking when
upset.
no one was
Greg,
talking to you.
We understand that you're upset because we're talking about your daddy, right? And
Cheeto
no
and
matter
Chief is
how
my favorite one now. I'm not gonna lie. Cheeto and Chief.
This is not gonna offend me.
Listen, Greg, no matter how much
This
you
is
talk about your
see.
daddy,
Now I have my
he can
headphones in. You
still-
keep
he
muting
can
me.
still be strong. He can still be tough, but we can still actually talk about him and tell the truth.
This is
so
so
let's be adults. Let's be adults and let's tell the truth.
This is so disingenuous, dude. I never started this conversation off talking about Donald Trump. When I'm saying since you joined,
literally a debate live
you
about
brought
Donald
all
Trump.
okay. Well,
Well,
we were not even
literally
really
a
on the
debate
topic.
live
Hey, Greg,
Did you
Greg,
come up here to
what
talk
what
about
live are
sports?
you in? What live
Stop,
are you in?
stop muting me. Calm yourself, dude. I've heard this
Parker, were
live
you
be
talking
spoken
about
on
the
many
NFL?
different things.
You know, I must have somehow just changed the topic that's behind me
had
right
to
now,
be
like above me. Like
This
season
live
starts this weekend,
has
or
been
this week, so I
dude.
guess.
You guys, I swear with you guys, man.
I don't know why he keeps muting himself. That's really
I
weird.
don't know.
I'm not muting myself. I put my earphones in,
You
dude.
are
I literally put my
literally
earphones
muting
in.
yourself,
I'm not
Greg.
muting myself.
Maybe if you calm down, you could actually notice
I'm
when
not
you do
muting
it.
myself. I'm perfectly calm.
You're not.
I don't
You keep
understand
yelling.
why you
You're
say I'm
probably
not
grabbing
calm.
your phone too tight and actually muting yourself. Like if you pay
I'm not even-
attention,
I'm not even
If you would just pay attention, you would stop muting yourself.
Yeah, like
I'm not even.
dude,
My hand is nowhere near my phone. It's sitting.
Dude,
It's sitting
I-
down
I-
right now.
I don't
I'm
know.
telling
Your-
you.
your
But you guys
TikTok-
are being
I'm
so
sorry.
disingenuous right now.
Wait,
You're being
dude.
so
I think your own TikTok is just glitching and probably just doesn't even want like
It's
everyone
literally
to hear
saying
your
being
voice.
turned off by the creator. It's
No, it
saying that's
doesn't.
being turned off by the.
What are you talking about?
You're literally muting me yourself.
Mm,
Stop.
It
no.
doesn't work that way, Greg.
Dude, you buy the
TikTok
creator, so
doesn't-
God,
It's literally saying-
God,
it's literally saying
it's God.
being turned off by the
No
creator.
way, dude, it was God. God did it.
By the live creator, you
By the
dummy.
creator.
Honestly.
The creator is turning off your microphone.
Live creator. You're
Yeah, the creator of everything is God, right? Dude, God
You're
is
just
muting
upset
him.
because I was actually making a point earlier. I was making a point.
Dude, wow, God is just continuing to mute you. You know what? Praise the Lord.
You pivoted the
Praise the
entire,
Lord.
You pivoted the entire
Praise the Lord,
conversation
everyone.
to something else.
Can we get
You
a
had to
praise the
bring- you had
Lord
to
in the
bring back
comment
up-
section? Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. I really appreciate it. Praise the Lord in the comment section right now.
You couldn't handle it by yourself, so you had to bring backup for someone to.
You mean God?
You're
God's
literally,
on
you're literally muting me, dude. It's saying you're muting.
God is on my side. God
You're
is on
muting
my
me.
side.
You are muting me.
Dude, I'm not muting you. What are you talking about?
It's literally saying the live creator is muting me.
That's God.
You're muting me, dude.
God is the
God
live
created
creator.
everything.
Anyone else? Is there
God created everything. Are you denying that God created everything?
Is there anybody else you want to bring on because you can't?
Did God create everything?
Is there anyone? Is there any other kids you want to?
Did God create everything?
You have to bring people on to help you fight your own battles.
Did God create everything? Like, are you really denying the divinity of your Lord right now? Your Lord and
Dude,
Savior
I know
created
what you-
everything.
I know what you do. You keep muting.
Did your Lord and Savior create everything?
Muting people until they leave.
No,
That's
no,
what you do.
dude. I'm asking. Did
You
your
keep
Lord and
muting people until they
I'm
leave.
not mu-
That's what you do.
I'm not muting you. That's the Lord and Savior.
You're. It's literally telling me you're muting me, dude.
That's the creator. Did God create everything?
You're disingenuous, bad
I'm just
faith.
asking.
You don't know what you're talking.
Did God create everything?
You pivoted the conversation away from.
Did God create everything?
You brought this guy on because you needed help to fight your own battle.
Yeah, dude. I desperately needed the help. I agree.
Hey, listen, Slapnuts,
I was
I've been
striking.
listening
I'm
this
talking,
whole
Santana.
time, and
I'm talking.
you really have not done anything at all. Like, again, you have no emotional regulation.
Where have you
Like,
been?
I've been listening. I've been listening the entire time. You're not
Then
doing
you know
good.
the conversation.
You're not doing good at all, bud.
And the
Like,
conversation
seriously.
wasn't.
Seriously.
The conversation was. It's not where the conversation was.
The conversation was you making
brought
claims
you
about
on, and I-
Dean,
and I
then,
explained
and
it.
then Parker talked about how you voted for a racist, and
What
that's where we were
was
picking
it
up.
specifically about Dean?
You
was it
you
specifically
referenced
about
Dean, and then Parker explained to you what the difference was.
About
and
what?
Then Parker also
About what?
About Dean and the things that he said in his past. Yes, I've been listening the entire time, Slapnuts. I mean, I've been here for hours. So I'm confused as far as why you think for some reason that I don't know what's happening in the conversation just because you can't regulate yourself enough to stop talking over
Parker, you're not
people.
funny, dude.
And
I'm
also,
not doing
why
it.
do you
It's the
stop
Lord.
muting yourself? Stop muting yourself. That's weird. Like,
Yeah,
why are you making yourself a victim?
I'm talking about the
Why-
moral.
why
Yeah,
are you making
this
yourself a
victim
victim?
mentality
Moral
from the guests on
standard.
the live. Yeah, Greg,
The
like
moral-
your victim mentality and Trump's
the
victim
moral
mentality
stand-
are getting out of hand.
The moral
You are constantly the victim. You think you're a victim of me muting you? No, that's the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ that's muting
It
you.
is. It's definitely Jeebus. Praise Jeebus.
Like, you're such a victim, dude. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, Donald Trump, like, if you want to talk about victim mentality, Donald Trump thinks the election was stolen from him. He thinks the Epstein files was created by the Democrats to literally frame him. Yeah, but they didn't release it, right?
And Hillary Clinton said that Donald Trump is a false president. Go on. What was your point?
You said an illegitimate president. She never said that the specifically that like Donald Trump didn't win the 2020 or 2016 election. She says that Donald Trump won the 2016 election. She actually conceded the next
So,
day.
like, you pick.
when
you
she
love
says,
to just pick and choose what you want people to say.
well, she's referencing the Electoral College. That's a distinction. She's not
you
claiming
pick and choose, bro. That's crazy.
he's not. I think
pick
Donald.
and choose on how you want things to.
You want to know why I
Just
think
like
that?
you said when you.
You want to know why I think that
Just
Donald
like
Trump?
you said how you.
I also agree that Donald Trump's an illegitimate president. I just don't think that's applicable to whether or not he won the elections. Like, he won in 2016 and he won in 2020, but that doesn't mean I think he's a legitimate president. Does that make sense?
Also, literally, while I was working, while I was listening to you, I was working on a video from an interview that JB Pritzker did, speaking on how Donald Trump is looking to weaponize the National Guard and what he believes that Donald Trump is trying to do as far as interrupting the 2026 midterm elections. And I think there's some validity there, including the increase that he made to the executive order with the power and the ability to mobilize the National Guard and use them as a force where he's trying to implement them throughout the country. And then also the pending signing of an EO that quote unquote bans any type of voting that doesn't have a voter ID. Like, there's multiple things that Donald Trump is trying to lay the groundwork to continue to subvert the will of the people. So when you talk about Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, yes, Hillary Clinton might have said that he is an illegitimate president in a sense that he's not qualified, but Donald Trump has continued to perpetuate the big lie of 2020, saying that he did not lose. And even more so, after trying to overthrow the United States government, he's literally putting in possible systems where he can do the same thing again because of 2020.
Yeah. Also, chat. I did misspeak. I meant to say 2016 and 2024. Saray, thank you so much for the $20 for he's getting so emotional. I know, right? Marie, thank you so much for the $5. Thank
I'm
you.
not
I really
emotional
appreciate
at all,
it. Thank
I
you so
promise you.
much. You're very emotional. We can tell.
D, thank you for for Greg's crash out while you dog walked him, as they always do.
Nicolette, thank you so much. I really appreciate
I'm not crashing out, by the way.
$5. Thank you. Kim, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $8. Thank you
This
so
is
much.
this is just how I talk. So
Then you're that insufferable all the time. This is your default.
Yeah,
Holy
that's brutal.
fuck.
well, actually,
Haida, thank you so much.
Before
Haida, thank you so much for the
before you brought your diaper
$21.
on view,
Haida, thank you so much for the $21 on PayPal. Thank you so much. Give the W's for Haida in the comment
Conversation
section.
wasn't even where you brought it, so
there's literally no point to this anymore because we weren't even talking about Donald Trump up until you came on live.
The
So
live is literally about Donald
We
Trump.
were. I actually brought up Donald Trump before Santana came up.
if you use your
We were talking about Donald Trump before Santana came up. You're just lying.
if
Marie, thank
what are
you
you
for
talking
the
about?
$6.66. Honestly, let Greg.
If you use your ears for once in your miserable little life, you would have heard. You would have
Absolutely.
heard that I said
My life's only miserable because of you, Greg.
I don't know everything about.
Colleen, thank you for the 5 for your labor. No, no, I'm gonna definitely.
I
Thank you
literally
live.
said
really
that I
appreciate
don't
you.
know. You guys are just disingenuous.
Thank
Your
you for
hearts
the
are full of hate.
$15 saying the
Your
guest
hearts
has a
are
victim
full of hate.
mentality when calling out racism, and he's
angry.
just trying to silence
You're
black
angry.
people
You guys are
and documented experiences.
pray for you
Racists
guys.
defend racism, and he's also defending SA. Yeah,
I
like
feel
that's
bad
the
for you
thing that he's
guys.
doing. He's absolutely doing that.
Yeah, he's horrible.
Anna, thank you for the 5.
do this.
And also, INC, thank you so much for the 40.
You
As a
start-
black woman, seeing you dog walk
start
Greg is
crying
so
when it-
satisfying. Thank you. Listen, I'm not even gonna take credit for that
You
because
start
I saw
crying.
Parker dog walking Greg before that, and literally, I think anyone could do it. He's not good at this. He's not.
Yeah, you know what's so funny though? I always,
Is that
I always,
supposed to mean
I always
something?
love people who come up on the live and they assume because I have conversations with people like Greg that like all my conversations happen like this. But then like they come up with a conversation and they have a dialogue with me and it's like super nice and like respectful and like super productive. And then they're like, "Oh shit, maybe it was Greg's fault. maybe it was Greg." You know what I
what's
mean?
funny?
That happened yesterday. It was so funny.
Parker, you
Yeah.
insulted me first. You insulted me.
Oh, he's
Parker,
still
you know what's
whining about
funny?
that.
You insulted me.
He cries
I
so
I
hard.
called
He
you an
cries
idiot
so
after
I
hard.
how
still
long
haven't
of a
insulted you.
I called you an idiot after how long of a conversation? Yeah, you
disingenuous and bad.
you were insulting me before that. I genuinely don't care enough.
No, I didn't. When? When did I?
Yeah, you were insulting me and my viewers before.
Yeah, you know what's funny though? Even what you said, Parker, is like
When did
the
I
amount
insult-
of actual Trump
Tell
supporters
me,
that
play
end
it
up
back.
following me because of just what you said. Like we have the ability to have actual genuine conversations with people who have, you know, some type of emotional regulation and are in good faith. But then
You guys are
when
gaslighting
crash
right
outs
now.
like Greg comes up, we let them
You're
crash
legit
out,
gaslighting.
and they don't understand.
I'm not
things,
crashing
and so
out.
we let them continue to actually lean into the
Responding-
stupidity.
responding to what you're asking is crashing out is not responding. I'm
Hey,
responding.
Greg. You know what? I'll continue this conversation.
I'm not crashing out. I told you
Hey,
I
Greg.
can't really hear that well on this stupid.
I get you. Hey, Greg. If we calm down the conversation and we both just have a dialogue here where we don't cut each other off and we don't do any of that right now, I'll keep this conversation going for a little bit longer. Otherwise, I was gonna end for now. For everyone on YouTube, I'd recommend if hit the thumbs up. Everyone, I'd really appreciate it. Try to hit the 2,000 likes before we end it. But I was gonna end and come back later, everyone. I was gonna do that. Just letting everyone know. It's actually the only reason I extended this conversation is because I was gonna end as soon as this conversation was over anyway. So just letting everyone know.
Hey, Greg, may I ask you a question, please?
Go ahead.
What are your pronouns?
He, him.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that, friend. I appreciate you.
I thought you might get that one too. Are you Antifa, Greg?
No.
You're pro-fascism?
No.
So you're anti-fascist.
Yes.
So you're Antifa.
You're
Now,
Antifa.
If
You know,
you
proud Antifa member.
if you
Can we get some proud Antifa members in the comment section right now? Let's go. We
if
love being
you
Antifa.
listen to what I was trying to
tell you earlier, I literally told you I don't know a lot about current affairs. I already told you I should know more about it, but unfortunately, I don't take my time to research like I should have. I told you this. So for you to come up here and start talking about all this, they say all that, I can only respond to what I know.
I have a quick
You know what, Greg?
question.
I'm glad that you are a proud Antifa member. We appreciate the representation.
Absolutely. And Greg, question for you: like, if you are openly admitting that you don't have time to actually research and really fact check and do those types of things, why would you have such strong opinions without having any type of real basis to your thoughts?
The only strong opinions that I had were on the things that I know of, like when we're talking about Christianity, on those things, and some of the things that I've heard and I've been doing a little bit of research into, not deep diving, but into certain things to kind of get more clarity on certain stuff. Now you're bringing up the Haitians and all that kind of stuff, that whole rabbit trail. I only was speaking on what I've seen and what I've actually found out in the very brief research that I've done.
Well,
I explained this already.
Right, but it seemed like you had a really strong response and a really strong reaction to that. I mean, you doubled down and told me that I didn't know what I was talking about. You said that wasn't true. I actually tried to explain to you the harm that was that Donald Trump put black people in. You said that that was a quote unquote victim mentality, even though I had specific information to back up the claim that I was making. But yet you had a very strong opinion and reaction to me making that statement when you admitted that you don't know much about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I will admit that it was when you jumped on, and obviously having to talk to both of you like this, me not having anyone on my side, it was a defense mechanism that, I got a little bit more defensive than when it was just me and Parker, obviously. So if I was being disingenuous, then I apologize for being disingenuous. I didn't mean to be. It's just I put my guard up when you joined, because it's like, I know even if I do disagree with you guys, and if I myself say, oh no, Santana's wrong, or no, Parker's wrong, I haven't done the research to prove you wrong. So that's why I got a little defensive. I put my walls up and was like, now I'm going against two people who know more than I do when it comes to current affairs. So it's like, now at that point, I started just spitting out things that I've known and that I've seen briefly. So that's, if I was being disingenuous, I do apologize for that. But I have to admit, if I don't know about current affairs, you guys do know more than I do when it comes to current affairs, because you've taken time to do your research. So I haven't, and I apologize if I was being defensive like that and raising my voice.
Yeah, no worries. Listen, Greg, we all make mistakes, and I can completely understand that. Hey, Donald, thank you for the 20 for fuck Greg. Yes, fuck Greg. I'm sorry. Go ahead and finish, Greg.
Oh no, I was just saying, like I said, that stuff doesn't make me upset, so I know you guys do it to make people upset, and I'm not apologizing. I'm not apologizing to you guys or your chat. I'm not apologizing in a way of, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm saying that obviously it's not proper etiquette in a conversation. That's what I'm apologizing to, the improper etiquette in the conversation. I would never apologize to you because you're nobody to me. You're a peon in this universe. So
what?
That
was so cringe for you to say that. Can you imagine being in a good relationship with Greg and he's like, you think that I would apologize to you? You're a peon in all of existence.
Yeah. Parker, did you request Greg to come and talk to you, or did Greg request to come and talk to you?
Greg requested to come up onto my live.
And now you're back to meeting like a punk, honestly.
That's interesting. I guess, he must be the peon if he took the time to actually come and wait in the box to speak to you. Like that.
I waited after one. It was one caller ahead of me. Calm down, dude. You're not special.
There wasn't. I can see the box as well. There's plenty of people waiting.
There was one. He answered me after he spoke to someone. You're not special, Santana. Calm down.
Santana,
calm down. You're not special.
Santana, you're not special. That you were quote unquote next. That's just how the box.
I don't care, dude. I don't care. You think I care? I don't care.
I know you don't. You know why? Because you're emotional. You have
ridiculous.
Really big.
I'm not emotional, dude.
No, you're emotional.
This is crazy.
You have
honestly,
a lot of fifis in your tum tum.
Santana, you're a funny guy. You're a funny dude. I have to admit.
I know.
You're a funny guy. Not really. Not really. You're a disingenuous, bad faith person, but I mean,
don't think so.
And
And I really do. I really
I
mean that.
actually
Like
speak
you
from
really
a
are. You're
place of
disingenuous,
I speak
and you're
from a
angry
place of
too. You're
fact,
just an
and
angry person. You're just an angry person,
Yeah,
and I get
Greg,
it.
It's
Like
like
I
the one
said,
while he's
I'm
while he's
not
screaming.
angry at you. I'm
Greg,
not.
you say that like while you're screaming, Greg. Like
Exactly. Like Greg has already admitted that this is his default, right? He's literally insufferable at a baseline. And for him to think that I'm disingenuous or angry, like I don't think you know who I am, but I'm actually one of the quote unquote jolliest guys that you would find around here. Like I enjoy having a good time, and I do think I'm kind of funny, right? I know at least I'm funnier than you, Greg, so I'll take that.
Anyways, no one was talking to you.
And I'm
what I was
handsome.
saying
I'm
is
way cuter than you,
what I-
Greg, and
what
I
I
haven't even
was
seen your picture.
what I was saying
So,
is
boom.
what I was
speaking of which, Greg, no one's talking to you, bro. Honestly, no one is talking to you. I'm sorry, everyone. That was brutal. That was brutal.
Libby, thank you for the 20. You are special as well. Parker, I'm gonna get out of your way. I'm gonna finish making a video. I just like it was just the whole thing. I
I was
appreciate
actually
you
gonna
for
get
letting me
off
come
right now
for a
and send
second.
everyone over to Dean's stream for a bit, and then hop on a little bit later. So,
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go. I'll see
Good
you later,
seeing
bro.
you. Good seeing you.
Yep.
Let me say thank you to a few people real quick. Everyone, Jacob, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Jennifer with the $5. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Carrie, thank you so much for the $5. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give me some W's for all of them in the comment section. As well as Nico, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Yes, check the link tree in his bio. And I think I'm caught up everywhere else. Everyone, if I did miss your donation, I'm so sorry. I appreciate it so much. I will be back on later, everyone. I'm just posting a YouTube video right now. And also, oh, he just got a flag, by the way. As soon as I kicked him, he got a flag. That's actually nuts. But yeah, everyone go over to Dean's Live. Say happy birthday. Go say happy birthday. Spend some time in Dean's Live today. Say happy birthday. I'm going to join for a bit here in a little bit. I'm going to give myself a minute before I do. I love y'all so much, everyone. I will see everyone here in a bit. Go join Dean's stream. Spam Parker Raid and spam happy birthday, everyone. I love y'all so much. Dean is on YouTube. It's Dean Withers.